back to the Lightbringers podcast. We weren't here last week, but we're back for our final episode of the season. And it's episode 32 of 32. Now you're audibly heard.
32.
Are we on Audible?
32.
Ooh, are we on Audible? Are we a book?
Audible.com.
I mean, we got some great voices for the book. I'm just saying. You got like some professionals that get paid by like Blizzard and ArenaNet and other people and stuff and things. It's all fantastic.
Ishmael.
Yeah. So, what? Sorry.
Oh, I got the sound. I'm hearing triple.
Oh
there
wow.
Oh,
Triple.
You want triple
wow.
me around your face? Are you sure you want triple Jebro? Triple
my
J?
My left ear hears things about like 2 seconds after my right ear. So
what?
then when I have the
In your headphones.
You're messing with me. You're messing with me.
You need some new headphones, dude. I'm saying that. Like what's going on?
I'm on Rook's side right now. I was also like, it could be real. You could be telling the truth.
See, we just want to believe you, Boots. We want to believe in the things you tell us.
Because we've not seen you for like 7 years, so we're just gonna believe your utter.
Believe everything I say.
Jebro.
Okay, all right. Well, can we continue that throughout the rest of the podcast and just believe everything I say?
No, that ended just now.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
If you've not been here before, we've had a fair few episodes, but this will be our last episode of this season, and there will be season 4 with the new expansion of Guild Wars 2 called JANTHIR WILDS, which comes out next week, Tuesday, the 20th of August. I almost forgot the date there.
How many episodes were in this season?
32.
That's
I looked it up because I was like,
Pretty good.
I'm for the first time I'll actually find out that it is.
How many
100%.
episodes were in the prior 2 seasons?
Well, that's interesting.
Probably a lot
That's
more.
an interesting question because we did our run up, and now that we've talked about this before, our run up to the last expansion was pretty wild because we did all the weapons and we did like but End of Dragons. That was the one where we had so many episodes. I think there was almost 100.
Five.
No. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I lied.
I think it's a lie. Yeah.
I think it's a lie. That is an actual
You shouldn't
lie.
believe anything you say.
But there was a lot.
There was a lot. Okay.
There was a
So
lot.
let's say that we are currently somewhere in the hundreds of episodes.
Oh, season 2
yeah.
was 60, but that covered Secrets of the Obscure. No, it didn't. Actually, we've just had the season with Obscure. So
Is it just narrative seasons seem pretty arbitrary?
Oh yeah, it's definitely based on expansion. That's all it's based on. That's literally it. And I
think it's less arbitrary as it is the expansion and however much we get during the expansion before the next one.
It's nice to break it up a little bit,
And did you choose to break up it into seasons with the expansions because when we got to like Lightbringers episode 162, you're like, okay, this is silly.
Well, no, actually, I got to episode 40 on the first season, and I thought it would be a good time to end it because
it didn't align with a new.
No, it did align with it. It did actually. It did. I'm looking at it right now. Episode 1 of season 2 was End of Dragon's launch, and we were talking about Saint Tim Province. We talked about fishing and Dragon's End.
Do you have these in playlists?
It's in a huge playlist, yeah.
Oh, you don't have them separated into seasons though?
I don't, but there's a pretty obvious cutoff because the graphic changes.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing from you though is that this is episode 133, and that's all we care about.
It is close to that. No, we've got 147 episodes out.
That's a lot.
You said season 1 was 40, season 2 was 60.
No, but we had the Darkbringers with Kroof, which we did.
Oh, there were a couple spin-offs.
Yeah, there was some spin-offs. We did some live watch throughs as well, which I cut up a little bit and put into this, so I counted them as kind of episodes. But we've had like a lot of guests on this show so far. Actually, it's kind of nice to do a little bit of a look back, actually. So it's kind of cool. We've had a lot of new people on. Last episode, we had Taja on, which was really cool. We also had Really Geek as well, which was awesome. First time I've ever been on a podcast. Awesome Mod, who is really into homesteads as well. It was really good to get them on. We had Malcolmist back as well, which was really cool. We had Loranity. We've had Sassy Cat. We've had Rava. We've had Pear from who Boots knows very well from host of Ascalon, right?
Was she on at the same time as me, or was that a different time?
I think there was once when they were here with you, and then once when. No, actually, I don't think you were on the same episode together.
Yeah, I don't think I was on the same episode, which is strange. But yeah, did she replace me? She replaced me, and she was better. She was better.
Oh yeah, Boots. We've been meaning to have a really awkward conversation with you.
I mean, it is true that every time you have replacement hosts, they do tend to be better than me, which is hurtful, but I understand it.
Shush you.
It's not Boots, true. You are irreplaceable. Nobody can replace you in our hearts.
There are several episodes where I've been replaced.
Well,
there's been a lot of times you haven't been able to be here because you're, doing important life stuff like having a kid, just some real. But people, it's good to have variety of people. When people are out, it's a nice opportunity to bring in another point of view.
You can only have too much of a good thing. Wait, so much of a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, Boots, you've actually been around since the second episode ever of this show.
I know.
And so has Rookery as well. You were both on the same episode when you both started. The first ever episode was Aurora Peachy. Your first episode was, we had Angry Zorro, we had Inks, Age, Malfanis, we had, I'm trying to look, we had Muklug early on as well. Haven't had him on for a long time. Actually, Muklug was on 2 episodes in a row. Wow. God, I don't know. I stopped putting people's names in the episodes. But I think you were definitely in season 1. Yeah.
I think episode in the 20 bracket probably.
Yeah,
20,
I see you on the first season. Yeah, I need to go back.
Yeah.
But you've been around for a long time. Crown Herald is our new, as one of our base core members. Has been. I think you've been around for a fair while now.
Yeah, it's because we saved the best for last. We were like, okay, we gotta find the perfect edition here, the most wonderful, the best of all of us, quite honestly.
The only one who actually knows the lore of the
games. Well, Crown Herald has been here since season 2. Which it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but the first episode I can 100% see you on was season 2, episode 7, which was about Echo Wilds, and that's the first one I can see the graphics, so that's not necessarily the first one you were ever on.
That brings us to an important point about this episode, the last episode of season 3. This is a clips episode, everyone.
Yeah,
so we're
sorry.
Just talking about all of our old episodes.
It's so cool to reminisce about these things, especially when a season ends. It's always nice to be like, oh wow, we've actually come pretty far and done this show for so long.
Yeah.
And that episode, for next, I'm going to tell you because I want to know myself. Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't even set a date. It was 2 years ago. Wow.
That's
I used to put in
amazing.
actual, I did 20 chapters for that episode. It was 4 hours long.
Woo!
Do you remember what we used to do?
Just a cutoff point.
We did just do 4-hour episodes, easily. It was just expected. I was like, how did we ever do that?
You could probably, if you go back to those episodes, you could see me. You can look at my face once we're at the 2-hour, 3-hour mark. You could see just me degrading and just starting to fidget a lot.
The thing is, most of it was banter, I think, as well, at the end of the day.
I was literally going to say, I'm so in tune, Boots, because you and I have been on the podcast together for so long now. I'm just so in tune with when you've reached the Boots threshold meter, and I start seeing you fidget and kind of look around the room, and I'm like, oh, we gotta wrap. Hey, Jeb, we gotta wrap it.
We lost him. We lost him.
I haven't gone back to look at these early episodes in so long. I think my first episode was episode 10, and we look crazy. What is this?
Wait, what's this?
Okay, you got episode 10.
It's crazy in a good way. It's just I didn't realize how much time has passed, and
it's been a long time.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a long time.
Are you saying that look different?
No, I think we all look different.
Well, I mean, probably not me much.
Boots, I
Because of
really
my
loved
hair.
when you had that bright orange perm that you were rocking. I
yeah.
thought
Oh,
that was really
yeah,
good on you at the
yeah.
start.
It was nice. It was
Oh
nice.
my
I don't
god,
know why I got rid of it.
Proof!
Don't say anything.
What?
If you say
No,
if you
that's
say
what Kroof
anything,
is saying. Kroof is basically saying it's them that's changed. Because if you look at the rest
I
of us,
have
yeah,
definitely-
Rook does look different, but like that, it's all
Okay,
a hair.
hey.
It's hair related. I'm sorry, Kroof, I'm showing it.
pandemic me, I had nowhere to go. I had nothing to do.
Oh my god!
So I just grew out my hair. I grew out my hair. I didn't do
yeah.
anything.
I remember
Well,
that.
This is
guess
amazing.
where we are now.
Oh, I'm so ready. Oh, you're
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot it was so long. I forgot it was like down to my like upper pec.
Oh my
What was
God.
that?
That is some long
Where?
hair there.
Where am I there?
You're in the bottom right. You look
You're in
the
the
same.
No, but I don't remember where this was.
You were in Canada.
Didn't
I'm gonna
already.
guess.
You
Second
hadn't
hallway.
moved. You hadn't moved yet.
I had it. No, I have. 2 years ago, I was already moved for sure.
Yeah. You hadn't moved yet here. This was 3 years ago.
Should I grow my hair?
No, I was
again?
I was already here. I
Yeah,
just
it
I
looks
don't think I was in my
amazing. Absolutely
current
gorgeous.
house.
You look like such a rocker.
Yeah, I think you were a
Sorry.
different room. You were a different room or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
Also, rock.
I was skinny.
Also, Rook's hair.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, it still looks good.
Thank you.
Silver.
Yeah, I like how everybody's like, "Oh, Rook, your hair, it was so much better back then than now. What is happening?
My
what
hair
happened with that?"
is exact. I look exactly the
Your
same.
hair is exactly.
I'm skinnier there, definitely.
Well,
but
you're so
No,
right.
I think that's what it is. I was like, I think like you've bulked up a bit. I cut my hair off.
I'm not that skinny anymore now.
It's okay. Everybody's looking
Well-
great. You know what? We're all
Oh
proud
yeah,
of our own,
absolutely.
right?
We do all
Yeah.
look like. I mean,
The
it's
passage of time.
it's just nice to see. I mean, we can't see the Crown Herald's changed. Yeah, no, I was.
Yeah.
She hasn't changed at all.
I was.
Actually, no. My character's
yeah.
head is 25% smaller than it used to be. Yeah.
Wow.
Why is that? Why,
In volume
did you
or
feel-
length?
Did you feel self-conscious about the size of your
It
head?
was just. It was like big head,
Oh, I'm
big
gonna
head,
find it. I'm gonna
big
find
head.
it
That's
because we
true.
just did it for all of us. I'm gonna do it for the Crown Herald as well. Where are you? Let me find you.
Rook,
I'm
I
a
have,
YouTuber. This means
I got
nothing.
you. I got you.
I have received the information from my friend, so I am now going to be typing it to you.
Thank you very much for
Okay.
sending me the information from your friend that everybody on the podcast clearly knows what we are talking about. and
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, your
You're
head
welcome.
has got significantly smaller.
True.
My
Wow.
No, Fornax's
No.
head.
Oh, poor now.
75% smaller.
Oh, it really has. Okay. Well, I mean, you had your model upgrade. That's so
Oh my
funny,
gosh.
though.
Oh my gosh.
I still really enjoy the huge-headed Fornax.
Thank you. Big
That
You
was-
had your little
that was
laptop and
huge.
everything. Where's your laptop gone? Did you throw it?
I love
No,
Ru-
it's
You've got
in the folder
Oh,
somewhere.
in this one, you've got a standing desk as well. You're just standing
That's
up.
true.
I was healthier back then. What can I say? Things have
Oh,
degraded.
Chris makeup as well. Wait, what? like, oh
I,
yeah.
that graphic liner, I was onto something. I was cooking.
You have
I was,
not
I was
brought
chewing.
that back. Otterskotch is another person that's
I haven't.
been.
Maybe I should do some more graphic liner. Like
You
just
should.
paint the face.
100%.
JANTHIR
You
Wilds,
do it
you know.
so well.
Yes,
do it so
thank
well.
you.
Mhm.
I mean, people
I love that
You should.
Rootworm said that was Fornax mainlining the bobblehead potion. That was your bobblehead.
100% true.
That is awesome. Shout out to all the guests we've had in the past as well who have joined us. It's been really appreciate everyone's time. We had we had Glenn back in the day. I haven't
So
spoken
many
to Glenn in a
people.
long time, actually. Lara, yeah, Age, but we've had.
This is just a Lightbringers retrospective.
It is.
podcast.
It's honestly, it fills me with a lot of joy. This podcast, like, it is genuinely something I've talked about it before. We just love it. You know, we raise money with Extra Life as well when we did our funny little episodes of like putting on clothes. That Boots legendary idea that we carried on last year as well. We did it
I think
with
we've
Lara
done
last
some like
year.
official live streams on Guild Wars 2's channel during their launches for expansions. We've gotten together and done that.
We did,
It's
didn't we?
amazing. We did.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been
Aw.
so good. Here, watch, Jebro. Watch as I'm going to tie this in so that we can
Yeah,
talk
do
about
it.
the subject we came here to
Okay,
talk
thank
about.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You do
Well,
it. I'm just
master
paid.
at work.
I'm not paid. I'm just, whatever.
Now that we've had such a heartwarming look back, why don't we look forward?
Oh, that's
wow.
nice. Okay.
Were you a politician in a
When I'm
former
driving,
life?
I
I
always
just want to
look
know.
back.
Asking
I'll
for
be
a
driving.
friend.
I'm looking back.
But no, wrong way.
I always get to my destination. I'm just, hello?
That's a professional. That's true. We are going to talk about Guild Wars 2 JANTHIR Wilds. We're excited for the next expansion of Guild Wars 2, the second yearly expansion, which comes out next week. There's going to be loads of fun times happening. There's going to be Twitch drops. There's going to be loads of bits and pieces, which we're going to talk about during the show, as well as our hype. And I'm going to ask these people, these wonderful people, my wonderful friends, about what they do when they experience an expansion. Maybe if they have any routines, if they're going to stream a lot. So it's time for them to tell you. Sell themselves, and whether or not they get the classic gamer treats, or if they're a little bit more healthy, or if they're trying to make sure they don't overdo it. I mean, was it Cheetos, Mountain Dew, and Doritos? Like, most people like get all that stuff, and I'm like, I like Mountain Dew, but like zero. But, anyway, we'll talk about that kind of stuff. It'll be fun. We're going to have fun. Because we talked about the expansion. We know lots about it. We're going to show off some bits and bobs. We're going to talk about some of the features, but it's not going to be too heavy. But first of all, very quickly, Fornex, what do you do when you do it? Tell us a story.
Hey, I'm Fornex, the Crown Herald. I make content over on YouTube, primarily for Guild Wars 2. Please check out my channel.
Which is the Fornex, the Crown Herald. Or the Crown Herald.
Yes.
There you go.
Or the Crown Herald, just
Legend.
anywhere. Yeah.
Everyone's links is going to be in the description, including if they are a partner. They will have a link to where you can buy and purchase JANTHIR Wilds early, and you will support them through the link. They're all official ArenaNet partners. It really is appreciated if you could support a creator when you do this. I have a link as well. Fornex has one, Kroof has one, Rookery has one, Boots doesn't opt to have one, but it should. And I'll get that off him this time. Kroof.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Kroof. I'd say primarily YouTube videos about Guild Wars 2 and other MMOs over on my YouTube channel, especially because we are leading into JANTHIR Wilds. There's been more Guild Wars 2 coverage, but I've been peppering in some World of Warcraft, so if you're interested in that, go check that out. And I also stream here on Twitch during the weekends playing Guild Wars 2 and other MMORPGs. It is, as always, lovely to be here. So thank you all so much.
Awesome, as per usual. Yes, please go and follow Kroof. Kroof's been pumping out some videos because they've not had a PC recently, but we have unearthed CPU and motherboard.
Yes.
Has been installed. And,
Did some slight necromancy, aka I pulled out my wallet and used my credit card, and then
Isn't
I just
that what
revived
necromancy
it.
really is? Like, if you
think
think
it
about
is.
it, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it is. Pretty close. Nice. I'm glad you're. When you get that's that true empathy of a PC, like as a PC gamer, and you're like, when someone's machine's gone down, and one of the first things is like, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Everyone does, and you're like, my main coping mechanism is gone.
I feel like I was on a deserted island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, just like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very healthy coping mechanism, by the way, because we all form relationships through MMO RPGs. So there you go. Kroof, thank you. Always wonderful. Boots, I know I take the piss and stuff, but I'm very glad to see you here today. I hope you're well. I know that
you take the piss out of me.
Taking piss.
I mean, I'm mean to you sometimes.
You're mean to me. I never noticed.
Rewind. Boots, how do you do? And how, where, and why do you do it?
I don't know now.
Boots is back.
My whole world is turned upside down.
I'm going away.
Thought you were always nice to me.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
I don't know what to do anymore. Well, I guess I guess I'll just
You can
have
do your
to say.
intro. Sorry, that
Oh yeah, okay.
but-
So I'm Boots. So you can find me World of Vendors on YouTube. There is a complete quote unquote series of videos that I did over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is the Adventure Quest, which I've done every single adventure in the game. And tried to get as fast as possible. I got in the top 100, top 50
You
for
did?
a lot of them, most of them.
Nice. That's cool.
I got top 1 on a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And a top
nice.
top 250 on all of them, I think, except for one. One I have like lower than 1,000th because it's bugged and it got fixed.
Because it's
And I'm
bugged.
upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that the bug was fixed.
That's some. That's
So sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's done, except there is new expansion coming out next week. So there might be new adventures, so I might have to do that again.
Also, we're getting a new weapon. So
New weapons.
bad
So I
builds,
might start
maybe.
making some Boots bad builds again.
Love
Who
to see
knows?
it. I would love
It's
to
been
see it.
ages since we've had one.
No,
I
the only
need it.
issue is
I
that
do
I
need
do have very little time because I have a newborn baby.
I
Well,
mean,
it's
if you
perfect.
want to
That would
do,
be
if
even
you
worse.
want to do it one day,
It could be terrible builds.
You could do a
It's terrible
Lightbringers podcast and bad builds collaboration during a live show where you talk about your bad build, and we can all talk about it. We could do
But,
that.
I mean,
That would be lovely.
That would be.
would you be able to provide any help on the builds?
No,
Of course.
none whatsoever.
Of course.
You know what? This is
I
it.
used to do build.
This
I
is
used
it.
to do build videos all
Well,
the
Jebro,
time.
I've seen your build videos.
They're
No.
very
Okay.
good.
I've seen your build videos.
I created one of the most toxic PvP builds of all time. It was used by everyone, and it was meta. I have had meta builds before. Look,
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. This is mine and Fornax's time to shine.
yes,
Make
it
some
is.
builds, and then
It's so
whatever we
true.
make will inevitably be terrible.
True.
You know what I've always
No.
wanted to do, actually? I was streaming for a short period of time on Twitch, and what I wanted to do while there
I remember those.
is
Yeah.
have an audience member come to me with a build they would like to make, like an idea of a build that
Yeah.
just doesn't seem to work for what they're trying to do, and then I try to make it for them.
See,
And so-
Boots, I've already done that series. I've already done that. It's already been done, mate.
How's it go?
Really
Your
well.
accent came out so much in that
It's
line.
been coming
Whatever
out
you
more
just- it
because I've
sounded-
been watching Ted
sounded
Lasso.
so strong.
I've been watching Ted Lasso recently. It's very good. And Roy in that is like this really angry kind of, Londoner, and it's just like I've been tuning back into my accent. I've missed it so much.
Roy. What's his name?
Yeah,
Roy.
that's it. Roy.
Yeah.
Ah, God
You
damn it.
know,
If you've
I
not
don't
seen
know
Ted-
about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's actually really good. Good job. Sounds like some typical EastEnders, like Grant Mitchell. Fornax knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
Look,
Phil Mitchell. If you've never
I've
seen
taken
EastEnders,
I don't
advice
have
from
my
Bills,
finger on-
but I
on
don't
the
know if
pulse,
you
I'm
could give
sorry.
me any.
that's right. Both of you.
So yeah,
Yeah, please do that.
yeah,
I would
Roy
love to
can't.
see that stuff. Honestly, you're very good at them. We appreciate the work you do on those.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
So yeah, no, if Fornax and Rook, I would love to collaborate with you guys if you want to give me ideas for things, and then I'll try to do them for you.
Sounds great. I'm so
There you
ready.
go.
Let's do it.
Let's all get, and because Rookery talked this then, please tell us what you do and where you do it, because we're already 20 minutes into the episode and I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's actually my fault again. It's my fault every time.
It's okay. It's all right. Hi,
sorry.
everybody. I'm Rook or Rookery. If you've been watching the podcast for a long time, you might remember my former era when my hair was far superior to what it is now.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I apologize to everyone that has to behold me in this terrible, awful state.
Jesus
but
Christ.
I do the best that I can. I don't know, Boots. I don't know what happened. You
Did you
know,
change product or?
Different conditioner.
I honestly think it's because I have a different setup and like
Was
a
it
different
Salon
room.
Selectives and now it's
And I've
Pantene? Or
I used to-
Pantene as we call it in
Yes,
England.
yes. I use Pantene Proven for my hair.
Ooh. Is that good?
I don't use that for my hair.
Oh, what do
But
you use, by the way?
I-
Just good old
um,
water?
No. Well, yes. Does anyone here not bathe with water?
And also, Jebro, why are you asking?
That's what I was
Because
thinking.
I want to know, like, you know, what shampoos exist
Asking
still.
for a
Because I don't
friend.
know if Salon Selectives actually is around anymore. Because all I remember is the ad, like, Salon Selectives.
Yeah, you know, Jebro, when I shave my head next season, then we can talk about the products I use and that'll really benefit you.
Oh, yeah.
I think. But yeah, I'm the artist formerly known as Bird of Chess, now Rookery, hair not quite as good, but doing my best. And I mean, yeah, I love MMORPGs. I love Guild Wars 2. I love these people and all the years we've spent together on this podcast. I love all of you, whether you're listening or watching. So come by sometime. If I'm not streaming on my own channel, you can find me around both on this podcast, on S03E32 Radio for Final Fantasy 14, and with a lot of different shoutcasting, hosting, and esports events. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Blizzard recently, and we have just had
Nice.
so many expansions. It is not stop. We have Dawn Trail. We've got JANTHIR Wilds next week. We have the War Within the week after. It's just like, it's never ending this year. So it's been a lot of fun to go through it with all of you. And gosh, we're not there yet, but it's been an amazing year for gaming, and it's been fun to get to play with everybody.
It really has. I'm just been going through the episodes to see if I could see the difference in your hair.
Where does it change? Is there a specific point?
No, I mean, I don't think Rook's hair has changed much. There's always the side parting mostly going on, and the hair color. I do want to just quickly show off a shot here of Boots, Bird of Chess, and Kroof, especially Kroof, because of the wonderful outfit and makeup that you
is
may
this the
remember. From a while ago.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm really scared.
This is...
Get it off the screen. Get it off the screen now.
I'm sorry. We were very impressed.
wintertime.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That was
actually,
good.
that was really fun.
I think this
I
was
think you
when
guys
the
were fun.
Habs were in the finals, so the playoffs.
Well, there was a whole section where you just, like, a couple of episodes almost in a row, like every upper episode, where you had, like, you were going for it, like, makeup-wise. Yeah, there was
I was in my
row.
makeup bag.
You were really, like, going through, like, a kind of very cool, explorative... Oh my god! Okay, you've got to go through these. Between episode 15 and 19, Proof, just for your information.
I was like, I had nothing else to do. I was like, well, I had a lot of makeup, so I was like,
Oh
let me just put it
yeah,
on.
oh yeah, it's all good, it's all good. All right, going back into it. Thank you, Rook. Please go and follow. Did you say your channels? Rookery underscore?
ROOKURI, Rookery, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. It's
Wicked.
Rookery underscore on Twitter, though.
On Twitter, that's the underscore. Okay, lovely. Good. Please follow everyone. Go to the description, buy the expansion. I am opening with a showcase of the Warclaw from. Why is it that I just want to make sure that I say all of their name correctly.
Why was a Warclaw breaking a tree?
Thy Weeping
Because
Willow.
they
There
can
you
do
go.
that.
Please go and follow Light Weeping Willow. I didn't ask them if I could use this on the podcast, so I'm going to shout them out in the description comments that they will definitely be fine with it. They're good. They're a friend of mine, I'm pretty sure. I need to get them on the podcast. I know them. I know we've talked, and I consider them a friend. It's fine. They're going to be okay with it. They're wicked. They are ridiculously talented with mounts, and this video is an example, a shining example of what they could do with
Ethan
their
Hawke
own
and I
work.
are friends also, by the way.
Who are you? What?
Ethan
Sorry?
Hawke and I, we're good friends. We talked once.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Ethan
No, I've
Hawke
heard.
is wonderful.
I've heard him mention.
Isn't he wonderful,
Yeah.
babes?
He's all
I've heard him
right.
mention what good friends you are. Yeah,
He
I'm
didn't-
also really good friends with Jennifer Hale. I don't know if any of you knew that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Ethan
worked
Hawke,
with Jennifer Hale on flipping Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns on the flipping panel. I was like backstage talking to Jennifer Hale. I was like,
Yeah, you're good friends, clearly.
we're mates. 100%.
Yeah.
If she met me again, she would be like, who the F are you? Get away from me. That's close friendship, that is.
Jennifer Hale was my inspiration when I did Unleash the Feast, the Cooking Guild Wars 2 channel thing.
Oh, amazing. I love Jennifer Hale.
That was so Good.
That was good.
Wait, there was that thing with you, Rook, and what's the name?
Emmy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you won, and then you got food poisoning.
I did.
From HelloFresh. Yeah. Was it HelloFresh?
Yeah.
I won, but at what cost?
I tell you what, like I don't like that you got food poisoning, but I'm kind of like
It really is like
HelloFresh.
poetic in a way.
Don't like those. But this video is really good.
Yes.
Like the
Yes,
quality
nice
of this
looking.
video is like ridiculous, in fact, and shows off very well how much the Warclaw is actually changing to the point where it's almost a flying mount at some point in time because it's just bouncing through the air. And I'm like,
So it's got a double jump, apparently, but it looked like it jumped 3 or 4 times in a row.
it looked like it jumped way more. So what was
Yeah.
this? You were talking about this chain as well and pulling the tree down. What was that in part of the masteries? I think
I'm guessing the double jump means you could jump every time you have the endurance
energy
for
bar.
Mm-hmm.
it. Right.
Yeah.
So which means that if you're using Bond of Vigor,
Yeah.
you could probably jump up to 4 times in a row.
Yeah, because you get it back. Okay.
Actually,
I
you
think-
jump up to 6 times, 6 or
Yeah.
7 times.
How many
'Cause you
bars
have
is
3 charges.
You have 3 charges. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do it a lot. I know in some of the promo stuff that's come out, there was a mention kind of comparing it to Torrent and Elden Ring, and it's very similar. If like you actually were able to like
Good
just
description.
time multiple bounce
Like,
points on
boom.
Torrent as opposed to just one.
So is the timing give you more energy or something, or like
Well, just you wait for as long as possible
That
until
actually
you're
would
at
be a
the
good
bottom of your
mechanic.
arc.
that would actually be a good mechanic, you know? Like if you actually got the
yeah.
timing right, that you could do it like an extra couple of goes or something.
I believe that is the mechanic.
Is that it is the mechanic? Okay, right. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
clearly have been
Oh,
paying
I-
attention. Sorry.
Kind of.
No, it's more like the jackal. It's
Yeah.
more like a jackal, really. Yeah.
Mm. Nice, but what is this one? See, this is the thing. This is the chain pulling thing. Like,
So that's the chain pulling from World versus World, where that's what they use to break down doors in World versus World.
what is it for in PvE then?
Or
Like,
rather they
have
don't.
I've missed this. Maybe I didn't go
Probably
over it
just
enough.
specific events in JANTHIR
Yeah.
Wilds that
Okay.
needs you to break a break bar. I don't think this is going to be like a universal mechanic that comes
I
in.
kind of love
It's-
this though. That
True,
this
that
is something
tree
that
in
you could be
particular.
doing.
Do you think it could be linked to housing
pun intended.
crafting, where you have to fell specific trees in order to craft?
Maybe. Ooh. Oh my god! Imagine if it was.
I like that idea
That
for
would be
next.
sick.
Mm.
That would be sick. Good idea. Like mass, like it's specifically for homesteads rather than just like you get an extra ton of like cypress, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's a pine tree, sweetie.
I can't see that.
But you have to drag it all the way back to your homestead, so you just have this giant tree behind you.
Mhm.
Shall I tell you what? Love a bit of roleplay. Let's go. Let's do it. Continuing on. This is actually. Shall I tell you what? Honestly, I was just not really excited about Warclaw whatsoever because I was like, I didn't get any information about it. There was not really many visuals. All we knew about was the skin, and we got some words on the blog post. Again, just really love the video stuff. Perfect. This is perfect. This is one of the best promotional videos we've had. I'm dead. I'm
Yeah.
serious. I am 100% serious. Like
You
if
sound pretty
they
serious.
this, I'm pretty damn serious. Look at this. Look at how good this
Beautiful.
is. This is one person in game with the cameras. I don't know if they've been provided with other camera work or someone from ArenaNet taking footage of them. 'cause
No,
this
that
is
looks like
in
that looks like just a
collaboration,
normal
No,
camera.
that's-
right?
No,
I think this
that's
is
normal
all
Weeping
just
had
them doing.
dev tools for
Yeah.
Oh, really?
additional camera settings, which
They did.
Weeping
But-
did a
but-
phenomenal job at rigging this
Yeah.
camera.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really
Honestly,
good.
like I love everything in this, right? I mean, like you
Yeah.
said, it was just so well done. It showcases it beautifully, and it goes to show how like you don't have to do a lot per se. I mean, that's not to say that Weeping did not do a lot in this video because it takes a lot of time and effort.
there
and all
is a
that, right?
lot. Yeah, absolutely.
But what I
But
mean
yeah,
is that
I know
like
what you mean.
you don't have to have some like huge elaborate script and all this
Absolutely.
other stuff, right? Like the timing of it, the way that things are showcased, the
Mm-hmm.
the artistry of it, the music paired with it.
It's a minute
it
long.
really Yeah, it gets you so excited. I agree. Like when you see just kind of like the general like frames at the beginning, sort of just going around, and then when the music takes off, seeing all of those different abilities get showcased has me really excited too. And I think we've constantly talked about in the past, like we love the mounts. They are incredible. They're one of the most exceptional things about Guild Wars 2 for sure. But always we wonder, like, how will they keep reinventing the wheel with this? Like, eventually they'll run out of things to do. How, like, you know, how can you have mounts that are fun, but aren't just negated by flying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's something that Guild Wars 2 continues to impress me with, because even just seeing this showcase and the interactive ways that you can use it in the map and those unique things, like, sure, maybe this will be even more versatile, especially on these maps where like you can get up and down really easily, having this kind of torrent-esque jump, and you don't need a flying mount to accomplish that. And then you have the tree poles and all this other stuff that really makes it a cool, immersive part of this expansion. It's so great. I love it.
There's such a good edit here. When they go from one. I didn't even know if the map from with the bounce like there. Oh my god! I got some
The
goosebumps
map
in my leg.
changes.
Oh, that was so good.
The camera positioning and the jumps are all streamlined. It was so well done.
Oh my
Such a
god! That
fantastic-
takes
up.
time to do that stuff. I used to do editing as a profession. That is like, that takes time to do.
I watched it and I was like, how did you even go? I was like, that would be a pain in my, I'd have a headache trying to figure out how to even like start doing that and to edit it seamlessly and be like, okay,
It's a lot of forethoughts. You have to think about the shots that you want to pair together as you're taking them.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Do you storyboard your stuff, Fornax, at all, or you just kind of put it together as you do it?
I
You
based it
talk
on
about the
script
thing
and vibes.
So when you do I talk about the thing, that's when I slot in the thing, kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's like happy accidents. I mean, I love editing. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I've been doing a huge amount of it. I'm working on a secret project that me and Rick are doing. With lots of animation.
Forward to that.
My first animation stuff as well, so it's quite fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we do. Okay. Well, you can let us know when you want to talk about that. Then fine. Because I want to know more. Okay. So there was that, which is cool. So actually, this week has been it's actually been pretty busy on the Twitter. There was a sneak peek of JANTHIR WILDS where they had like a 15-second little trailer thing, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm going to show that. I'm just going to kind of have it in the background, but they've kind of putting out. Go on, Crave.
got me hyped. I was say this 15 seconds, and it's not for anything that was shown. It was the music that played behind it, because I don't believe we've really heard any of the soundtrack for this expansion.
That in that last video with Weeping Willow, that was new music, as far as I remember. As he goes on, I think they mixed in a new song. Sorry.
It sounded Ice Brood Saga-ish.
Maybe, but I think it was new. I think as you go through it, there was the beginning. I was like,
And my sword already needs sharpening.
I'll have to give it another listen.
Right. Yeah.
But this one in
maybe you're right.
particular was very, very new. We have never really heard this Norse chanting and vocalizing before.
Yeah.
And just hearing that in a 15-second preview, I was like, oh, they picked a really good part of whatever score this is.
Can I
slot this in for the trailer.
Let me just, I'll play it for everyone so they can hear, just in case they haven't heard it.
Only been in JANTHIR for a few days, and my sword already needs sharpening.
I love that line as well. I've already been in JANTHIR for a few days and my sword already needs sharpening. I'm like, ooh, I like that kind of edginess, no pun intended. Sorry, that was good.
I also I love the fact that she's writing as well. The way that they're animating the models in game, I think, is really lovely, and they've been upping their game in that significantly.
Ooh.
Gosh, from the start, right?
Interesting point, actually. Yeah, we don't see that
emote.
often.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
Well,
get
there is
sitting
emotes. They're really going out with the emotes now, right?
They are.
I mean, Twitch drops. We get the potential. Is it sip? Emo?
Sip coffee.
Sip coffee?
Coffee. Yeah, I mean, figuring out how they give more animation and things like that. Emotes are so brilliant for that because since we do tend to have more kind of immersive storytelling in Guild Wars 2 where you're playing through story instances and stuff like that, I think expanding that out to not only let players have more emotes, but then also to get to see a lot of the character models and stuff emote in a wider range of ways is so smart. And yeah, this trailer, I think it gives a lot of personality and life to the setting, seeing those little touches with characters doing even mundane stuff like that, like writing a letter or correspondence.
Just gives them more life, right? Like you said, it just gives them more life. It's good.
There's a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Where?
This puzzle piece stuff.
There's a cat on the puzzle.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my cat. I was like, what?
Yeah.
See this?
Well,
how do you feel about these? This was another one that came up. How do you feel about these little kind of videos, these puzzle piece videos? Is this are they meant to be like hinting on things we're going to be getting, or is it fit? I'm not sure about this. And I was like, maybe I'm missing something really obvious about this. But
I'm assuming it's hinting at something we're getting, or that's coming.
Yeah. They did something similar, didn't they, with the release of Secrets of the Obscure, where there was like a puzzle picture release sort of thing, and then it like filled it in so you could see some of it gave like a little preview art or something like that.
Right.
I get the sense that some of these pictures that they've been building maybe kind of showcase little features and stuff. And it's a nice way. Like we were talking about this weeks back about the idea of some kind of countdown thing or stuff like that. So I like that they've been releasing these little videos. I don't know if this particular one with the cat was meant to be a nod at the little teaser that they showed that like seems to confirm as though all the cat collection will be available in your home instance, or sorry, the cat collection you can get in your home instance will be available in homesteads. It seems like.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Reading
I don't know
Geek
if that's
said
what it's
something.
referring to.
I mean, well, actually, I actually like the idea of what Reading Geek said in the chat. I want to know if we're getting a puzzle mini game. Can you imagine? That would just be kind of cool to just do these
nice,
things.
actually.
I mean, I think when a game can give you a mini game in the game that feels very chill and something you can maybe do and hang out with people, like I actually really enjoy that. Like Elder Scrolls Online does that pretty good.
WoW does it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the system in WoW they do? That's well, I don't know which one that is.
So there are like treasure boxes that you can find on maps, and there are specific puzzles that you can do to unlock the treasure boxes, which is kind of fun. It's
okay,
logic
that's nice.
and movement puzzles. Yeah, it's very sweet.
Ooh.
They've really diversified Warcraft. They're really like knocking it out of the park at the moment, I have to say.
That's awesome.
They're doing good.
And then we saw there was also more stuff. They're really starting to advertise the discount for like the store more as well as I go through their Twitter. And then they were talking about, also the Twitch drops. We'll talk about more about that later, which is literally amazing. Like it is. Actually, screw it. Let's just talk about it now.
Yeah,
And
the
we
Twitch
just talk
drops
about
right now?
general hype. Why not? What? I mean, look at it.
Right now?
No. This is next week when it launches,
okay.
Boots. Okay. Unless it's launched and I missed it.
Yeah, actually, Jebro, the expansion came out this past Tuesday. Have you not been playing?
I'm pretty sure they've done it just because Boots was like, it's today. And they were just like, yeah,
I didn't
go.
know we weren't
Boots said
talking
it.
about the final boss.
Oh,
We're not talking about that? Oh, sorry.
What? So I like all these rewards. They're not related to JANTHIR in any way, right? Like
Not really.
pirate cosmetic bundle.
That's a good point, though. I mean, but maybe. I mean, it's just
Sure,
stuff
but-
that's in the
Pirates?
game.
Because water? An island?
Unfortunately, I have everything
But I
other
want
than
to
the
be a
sip
pirate.
coffee emote. But because pirates, if it's a pirate, I'm getting it. Like, if it's a pirate thing or it's steampunky, I'm getting it. So I've already got the pirate thing. The mini
Pirate
pet.
sexual confirmed.
Yep, absolutely. If I could live in any time period, that would be horrific, but it would
I
be
have another
interesting.
question.
It would be. I was thinking, you want
Be
scurvy?
Yeah, I mean,
Rickets? Yum yum.
Yum yum.
I get those lemons.
Oh,
Is there tea in Guild Wars 2?
Tea?
yeah. There's the
Yeah.
tea,
Yes.
the
It's a
thingy
tea
where you can
table.
sit at the tea table. You can
I
have
know,
tea with
but like
something.
we have sips.
Pot.
We're getting sips coffee because I know there is a coffee food that you can drink as a buff.
There's a tea. Isn't there a tea mo?
There is. There's a honey tea that's in a food. There is a honey tea. There is
Okay.
a honey tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you're saying.
It is canonical. It's not like horses.
There you go.
This actually exists.
So you would have preferred,
Alright.
Booch, you would have preferred some more expansion-specific rewards, you mean? I don't know if a lot of games do that,
No,
honestly,
I don't
nowadays.
care.
You don't care. You
I'm
just
happy
don't
with any
care.
rewards.
I have a question,
Go on then.
if that's all right.
Oh no, you've got to pay $70.
Asking for a friend. So if I stream for 8 hours, do I get the cup of
Yes,
tea?
you do.
This
Yes,
bit?
you do.
No?
No, you do
No.
not.
No?
No, you don't.
Mother-
You have to.
Watch your own stream.
I think there was a brief window. I don't remember when this was, but I think there was a brief window on Twitch where they did allow it to count for like you on your own channel. But as
Oh, they
far
still
as I,
do it, yeah.
they
Free-
don't.
You do it
They
if
don't
you
allow it.
you watch through the creator side, you can get it still. I do. That's what I
That
do.
has okay.
That's been
I
working
you
for
know
me anyway.
I would research that because
Though, there is a caveat to that where Rook is right, because you have to claim the rewards first before I think you can get to the next one. Isn't that how that works?
Not
So you have
anymore.
to
They've
does it all
changed
stack
that.
up?
They've changed it.
Oh, they changed that. Okay, never mind. I've been
They've
misinformed.
changed it.
I don't
Or
know.
I'm stuck in the past.
You can
maybe, I don't
gain
know.
access. You still get progression. In other channels, I don't know if that's a Guild Wars 2 specific thing that they activate.
Yeah.
But
So-
like,
I could have sworn that recently when I was trying to get maybe it's specific campaigns.
I have.
Like, maybe
I
the Guild
always
Wars
have
drop
my.
let you, but others
I always
won't.
have the preview on of the stream on my other monitor, and I have the volume on, but I mute the tab, so it counts as me watching the stream still.
See, I haven't gotten that though. Like I was trying to do that
Weird.
recently with the last Final Fantasy 14 campaign, and I think one of the last Guild Wars 2 ones, and I didn't get credit for it. I had to like go watch somebody else's.
Interesting.
I don't know. I would just double check. Like
It used to be
oh,
fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I did a drop with that. Maybe I have to check.
So-
I might be
To
wrong.
boil
it's
it down
changed.
for the audience,
Anyway.
Rook recommends watching other people's streams.
watch streams
and Jebro
to get
recommends
drops.
just starting up a stream on your own.
But
And
yes, you
maybe
should be able
just
to.
stream, I don't know, your cat in real life.
And
in
I
your-
recommend pre-purchasing and playing Guild Wars 2 JANTHIR Wilds using one of our links below.
Absolutely.
Do it.
Um,
There is the refresh of the. Sorry, is anyone else want to say anything about that before I go?
No, I was just gonna say, just double check when you like start up the stream, and if you watch it, double check and see if you're getting credit for it for your own stream.
And if you want to, I think Twitch has changed it as well. So if you mute the VOD, you can actually still get them. I think they've changed that recently because I was watching the stream, I was like, oh no, I didn't get progress because it was muted on the player, and I was still getting progress, and I was like, did they change that now? Because you used to
Maybe
not be able to
you
get
just
that.
circumvent everything that Twitch puts in place, and you're just like,
Well, no, it
maybe
used to be.
are you the
that-
CEO of Twitch?
No. This was like you
I
have
explain
to.
a
So the
lot.
thing you do is you mute the tab. You don't mute the window. You don't mute the
Yeah.
player. Like so, then you can mute the thing. But like now, but the other day, like it didn't work that way for me. So I don't know. Anyway, Twitch is twitchy. More importantly, they did release another
Sorry for that
video.
rabbit hole.
Well, it's okay. No, it is okay.
Those look
'cause
like
people
Primordial spears.
are not sure. Yes, this is the refresh for the Astral Vault, the Vault
Okay.
thing. So they put a video
I'm
out.
very excited for that one particular update in the vault, but these visuals, they look so nice. A lot of people have been saying that it is very reminiscent of From Software titles like Dark Souls when it comes to the hood and the gloves that you can
Oh,
get
I am
this time
excited for
around.
that. It's
They look
darker.
so cool.
So
I'm very
dark.
excited.
I love the yeah, that's good. That theme.
Mm.
Yeah, they look good.
But the one thing that I'm really
Thanks for
excited for is that they are introducing a quest line that you can purchase in the Astral Vault to gain a spear and gloves. And if you wield both at the same time, the spear lights on fire. So you have a journey to go on to collect these two items.
That's interesting.
And
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how it's going to feel. Maybe is it going to be reminiscent of like Chunka and Chompawat, where you go on a bit of a quest line with a story to it, and then you obtain these items?
So wait, do you pay Astral Claim to get the quest line?
Yeah. So
Where was that
it's
information? Is that in the actual?
It's in the blog post.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I missed that. Now I'm over here like.
Well, you're welcome. Bringing you the breaking news.
Do you want to go through it? It's
You
very
wanna stay
short.
up to date?
Do you want to read it?
Sure,
Can someone read it?
It's such an interesting way to
I've
implement
actually pulled it up to
content.
read through. I pulled it. I actually have it queued to read through because I was like, we should read through this, and it's literally because I haven't read
read
it.
it.
So that's where the proof.
How do you
Because
feel about that?
Stream.
How do you feel about that? Implementing content by having to pay Astral Claim through it, even though it's free, it's in the Wizard's Vault. It's technically free. Implementing it through the Wizard Vault by having to do other content to get that content.
I can't imagine it costing
or
that
just
much.
having
Though.
it to begin with to get the rewards.
I think
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think you could make an argument. Well, we don't totally know, right? Because
Yeah.
here's one thing. The first map of this expansion, we know will not have a meta. And we know that they're bringing back something similar to the kind of, heart event sort of system, right? So it's very possible that there are quests, right, that are maybe a part of this first map, or maybe that they're starting to think to what we've been, kind of asking for and talking about, like, oh, it'd be so great to have more dedicated quests that aren't just necessarily in achievements or stuff like that. Yeah. So maybe this is one way that they're kind of branching out, or to like make things with like earning that astral claim something that more visibly would kick off kind of
oh, that's fair. Yeah, if it's in the
or...
good point, because if it's in the Wizard's Vault, people check the Wizard's Vault, so they'll see it's a new quest to do. While if there's just like that icon on a map, it's harder to see, harder to start a quest necessarily. Like that's one of the things we were complaining about. We were complaining that this quests do exist in the game, but as collections or whatever, and they're not that easy to see and keep track of. But if it's in the Wizard's Vault, it'll be easier to see and keep track of.
I kind of like the idea of paying for, like, not paying for like with money, but like, like you would in like an RPG or something, you may have to like pay currency to access some quest, or like, you've got to pay me so I can give you information that may lead you to this thing. It feels like kind of role play, I don't know, in a way. I don't know, kind of like it. Yeah.
I mean, if it was role play, that would be awesome. Having to go and like bribe some sort of gosh, I can't think of a word.
We already do that with Drewbert.
Well, true.
If you give him money all the flipping time.
having to pay for information from someone in the story in order to be able to gain access to certain things. I like that, especially if it's kind of like a darker storyline. I think that would be kind of like paying an informant. That sounds fun.
Trident Spoon.
We do get a little lore in terms of the titles of the quest in the blog post. So
let's go through that.
I'll read this small little blip of it, because there's only one small paragraph.
Go on.
So it reads, this season also introduces a new type of item to the Wizard's Vault, the Falling Star quest license.
Wait, where is this? Where are you looking? You're on the blog post?
Down below, yeah, explore the new season of the Wizard's Vault, the second paragraph.
Okay, cool, go.
This season also introduces a new type of item called the Wizard's Vault, the Falling Star Quest License. This license sets you on a journey into the newly uncovered JANTHIR region. And once the adventure is complete, you can earn the Ascended Falling Star Spear, Ascended, and Meteor Wielder's Glove. Equip both of these items at the same time and watch the spear become superheated.
That's very cool.
So it's not just cosmetics, it's like actual like quest gear. It's Ascended level quality.
Wow.
Maybe that also kind of sets the precedent for like spending some acclaim on it, right? Like you're technically getting a cool cosmetic item, but also one that has some like playtime investment in it, and that is like a usable piece of gear, especially with all of the classes getting spears. So like to get an Ascended spear for some of your classes, I mean, sure, like you can get Ascendeds in a variety of ways, and they're not like impossible or super difficult. But it's a nice way to, I think, like keep encouraging you to try those spears on characters, or like, flesh that out and also have this cool quest. So yeah, I'll be really interested to see how they frame it, because will it be something where when you pick that up, they say like, oh yeah, to like recover this thing or to bribe the person who got possession of it when it fell to the, to the planet or whatever. Like, you have to pay this astral acclaim and it begins this like kind of journey. It gets my brain excited about the Wizard's Vault because again, it is in the lore of the world. It's not just like, this is just a shop front, right? Like it is actually like a part of the organization and has like a basis in the lore and everything. So I like the idea of them using that as a way to kind of create these other radiant experiences that come out of it.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Looks a bit titany though, doesn't it? Sorry.
It looks like a primordisphere almost. But yes, it does look titany. You're right.
Weapons.
I mean, because the Titans take on the aspect of the region that they're in. So if it's a volcanic region, if there's volcanic activity, they take on that aspect.
Do you think it's going to change depending? Is it just going to be this? Do you think this is like a tester for them to be like, oh, if people like this, we may do it in the future? That could be the kind of vibe of that, maybe.
I think they might be testing more of a traditional and cataloged questing system.
Yeah.
And especially with the Wizard's Vault, you're checking it every day. So it's not like you have to swim through and search through a bunch of different tabs in your achievements. So I think this will be a very unique way of tackling that dilemma. Now, I'm interested that it is kind of strange that you have to spend claim in order to get the quest. But now that I'm thinking like it's ascended and cosmetic and a cool, unique, animation tied to it, it does make sense a little bit more, but it's just cool. It's cool. I just want to know what the lore is going to be behind it. I really hope it's not like go and kill or go and mine this one thing and you got it. I hope that there's a bit of a journey to it.
I doubt that. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you remember when they give you the invisible chair emote, the quest they did for the kid. That was quite
the Mesmer Coalition
involved as well. So that was quite cool. But I know that was different. But like, I can't imagine it being a short, little, tiny thing to get this.
That also is interesting. Well, because mentioning like, I hope it's not just blank, and I hope it has this actual kind of quest line. It made me suddenly think like, oh my gosh, like the legendary weapon quest, right? That's something where they obviously said like, hey, this isn't something that we can do. We can't sustain this for every time that we release full sets of legendaries. Absolutely. That every single one has their own unique narrative. But this might also be a way for them to say, hey, players still want to have unique experiential stories that are like connected in the world and that relate to certain weapon skins, items, stuff like that they might get. So even if we can't release a full set of legendary stories, and again, with legendaries being something that's perhaps slightly to largely less accessible for most players that like aren't familiar with legendaries and things, right? Like it's kind of an undertaking when you decide to go into it. But like the fact that they would give a wider range of players kind of the ability to engage with an experience like that, I think this is kind of a good compromise to still give a sense of that in the world, but have it be something that they can narrow down to like a specific weapon or something that they want to like feature for an expansion or some kind of item request.
Good point. That is a good point. Because they do that very well. Like I've done like I've done a few of those legendaries. Like Chumber and Chumperwatt is like really, really good. Like really good. I like the pistol more with the poison and stuff. That was very cool as well. Actually, they're both really, really excellent. They're just really good stories with like you following this. And actually, I'm not going to spoil it. It's really good. Just go do it. Go do some of the legendary 2 stories.
But I think you're right, Rook. Yes, the legendary stories are amazing, but they are very involved and they're very interesting. But maybe this will strike a nice little in-between thing because it's just ascended, but you do get a cool skin. So maybe it'll be like somewhere between just picking something up off the trading post and the Chupa and Champawa story.
Honestly, it's a really good way for everyone to get a really accessible ascended spear.
Yeah,
it's just a really, really good idea. Solid idea. Really decent idea. Love it.
Here's a question for you. So I love the idea personally of having to go through a storyline and to have to do quests to unlock the new weapons that we'll be using. I would be very happy to do that. I know that a lot of players will want it on day one and they want to get in their builds and all that. I appreciate that. But as from a narrative experience, I would like there to be a reason why we're doing this. And maybe it's a quest line with the new codon and they teach us how to do it and we progress the story and we learn different techniques and it's all very like integrated into the lore. Do you think ever that they might do this rather than as a kind of an integration with the mastery system, or am I pie in the sky here?
I don't think they've changed the way they've done it. I think it's just. I think you're right. I think that it would be cool because I think Cruz talked about elite spec trainers in the past, and we like having those stories, which would be really good. I think as an option, it would be cool. I just don't know if they would do it. I just don't know what. I don't know if there's.
And I guess I have a question. When you mention the mastery system, do you mean how it mechanically functions in game, or are you talking about like certain mastery tracks that are tied to specific races and cultures in different expansions?
I mean, I was kind of thinking about a deeper integration. So if you remember with Heart of Thorns, we had the integration with the narratives of the Itzel tribes and things like that. So I'm thinking that it will likely be that there is going to be a codon mastery. And I was thinking that if they were going to do a story which allowed us to have further integration with them, you link it to the mastery system, and then you could have this whole story arc about how you train, and then you get your weapon at the end of it as a reward for completing all the bits and pieces and all the fun, that kind of thing. That was, but I this is the first time that everyone is getting one weapon. So I feel like them building a kind of a narrative foundation around one weapon, which will be a universal experience, is much more feasible than the tremendous amount of work that they had to do.
It would have been nice to have like
everybody getting the elite specialization.
Maybe like an intro to it. Like, this is why we're giving you a spear essentially, or why you started to suddenly use a spear, because we don't. I think you're right. I think there's a lot of the time it's just like we go into game and we get a new weapon, and it's not like at least with elite specializations, it was like, oh, we are specializing in this and we need this weapon to, like, there felt like there was some kind of hook there. But it doesn't with this. It's just like, oh, that thing you've been using underwater for a while. I mean, and I know with the story, like, you can just take it out of the water now.
Fair.
It's, I guess we don't totally know.
We don't. That's true.
Because I think there's a way they could do it, right? It could be something that's just unlocked from the get-go, right? Where, sure, you still have the spear unlocked. Everybody can access it. The people that want to play with it from day one can play with it from day one. But then as you go through the story, you get to a portion where the codon tell you about why spears are so important to their culture or stuff like that. And they chat about it and they show you some of their techniques and things. And then they, want you to also use spears. So you're prompted at that point to, like, maybe they give you a rudimentary spear or something, but you're prompted to complete a series of that like leg of the story using spear in your kit. And so, like, at that point you could swap it in. It would give you a little prompt. It would draw players' attention to the fact that, like, spear is a thing that came in the expansion, because especially new players, you know what I mean? Like, when they add stuff like this in, sometimes a little window will pop up that'll say, like, obviously now you can use this or stuff like that. But a lot of times we're so trained in games to just click through those windows that the information doesn't even retain in our brain. And I think that a lot of players sometimes don't even realize until they're years into the game just how many weapons, elite spec things, the additional unlocks now that we got with Soto, the weapon swapping, so having a little prompt like that I think would be really helpful. And maybe there will be one in JANTHIR Wilds. I guess we don't really know for sure, but I think that could be a good way to do it.
I agree with Thuruk. I think it could be really fun to have the gameplay features be like front and center and you can access at any time. But then when you get into the mastery system with certain cultures and species, you're able to go on somewhat of a reputation quest line to get more of that backstory. And I think with certain masteries, it's almost, I would like to see them kind of evolve into that more classic reputation system. Like, I could think of the Itzel in the New Hawk, where maybe you'd go on a complete journey in the jungle to understand their poisons and their mushrooms, and you go out and gather with them. You go into a hunting party with them, and then at the end of it, you get like a cool skin, a back item, and they can do this with anything really. Back items, mounts, gliders, skiff skins, whatever they think would be titles as well, infusions maybe, whatever they find to be cool. So I think there's a possibility for them to approach masteries in a more storytelling manner. It's definitely not something that I would be shocked with.
Cool. I thought I'd put Cruz and Leia's video, not Leia's video, video about spears in the background.
Oh, yeah.
As we talked about spears. I thought it was just it was a good point to chuck that in. So if you want to go check out some stuff on spears, go to Cruz's video. It's good. I've watched it. It's very good.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. Of course, I'm trying to advertise you all. Like, I'm doing a good job. Okay, let me just pause that for a second. I am going to ask you all some questions, if we're okay about moving on.
Yeah.
From that. About, I mean, not necessarily about the expansion, but maybe you can, I mean, it's expansion related. But you know, when there's there is so many expansions coming out. And like, especially when you create content, there's a different way you might approach how you play an expansion, but like maybe thinking about the past and what you do now, like getting older and whatnot. Like what have you prepped anything for Guild Wars 2, like expansion? Do you need to? Has anyone been like doing anything in preparation for this specifically?
I requested time off at work.
Same. Yeah, I think I gave you that idea, didn't I? I was like, I'm gonna take time off. I want to stream a little bit, but game. That's good prep. That's self-care right there. Good job. Anyone else?
Hand yoga. Yeah.
Oh, yes. You know, get your yoga routine ready, plan out some little breaks, some stretch moments, some walks, get some food lined up, take your days off. I mean, there's always that aspect of, you know, expansion stuff. And I really encourage folks, like, please get yourself some handy but healthy snacks to have around, like, your computer setup. Like, whether that's just like some granola bars or protein bars or some fresh fruit or some nuts or tons of water,
juices, kombucha.
Yeah, kombucha. Yes, thank you.
Take breaks, stand up.
Yeah. Because it's easy to go really hard or to just be like, yeah, I got snacks. It's 5 bags of potato chips. And I say this as a human being who will go through 5 bags of potato chips in an hour.
I like potato chips, but not that much. Like, don't do it so much.
Like
Family size.
Okay, 5 of those in an hour?
Nothing, Rook.
I mean, this is America.
Play.
They don't really have small packets of chips.
You should have seen me when I was 10.
Exactly.
Could miss you.
You've been to Costco, seen those big bags of chips. I can easily nail one of those for like in a day. Like go playing some games. I could easily destroy that if I didn't have some kind of self-control.
So good. Now I will say that normally
really good flavor,
don't.
Rook.
Thank you.
Good
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Thank you.
Which one was that?
It's the cheddar sour cream.
Oh no!
Be,
Don't destroy my soul. They're so good.
It has to be the ridged ones because they're just way
from
better.
Costco?
No, well these are Ruffles.
Ruffles.
No, yeah, but they sell those. They're the Kirkland, but they're the same. They're so good. They're so good. It's about the ruffle. It's all about the ruffle. I don't know what it is about the ruffle. It just improves everything. Sorry.
Yeah, the Ruffles brand chips that they sell specifically at Costco come with that extra special magic.
No. It's the ruffle. I'm talking about the ruffle in general. I support your ruffleness.
Yeah. Ruffle shape. Normally I don't keep these by my desk, but this week I was like, for my self-care, I get a little bag of chips by my desk. So that's been my splurge for the week.
Of course.
But no, like prep yourselves up that way. When it comes to my in-game prep, it's been interesting because Guild Wars 2 is one of those games, right? Mm-hmm. Where we don't have as much specific things to prep as perhaps other games do, right? You're not like trying to make sure all the classes or any new class you might want or whatever it is leveled up so that you can, be ready to hit cap for the next expansion. You're not trying to grind out all the eye level gear and everything else. But what I will say is this, I have been farming a lot of the metas and the what are those called? the big open confluence thing.
Confluence.
Convergence, the big convergence. Yeah. I've been doing those. I've been all of that because they did mention that you're still going to be able to earn the stuff that you need for the legendary PvE armor, even in this new expansion. So if that's something you want to keep working towards, you can prep right now and continue to garner resources for it because the essence and everything else is going to be applicable. I'll also say that if you've never tried raiding before, something that would be really good if you're interested in getting into it with the new raid that's coming out, or if you even just want to be ready for whatever this version is going to be, look to get yourself a full set of ascended gear, or at the very least, full exotic, which exotic is super easy just to like buy from the market board, and you can get...
Look up a build.
Yeah, like look up a build. Yeah. Look up a build on Snowcrows or something. Look for what kind of gear they kind of tell you what substats that they say on that, and then try to get at least exotic. If you're able, get full ascended, and there's a lot of ways you can do that, or you can craft it yourself. And just get that on your character, get it ready, have a little idea of your build, because you don't need full legendaries to go into raids. You can go in and just full exotics. You
don't need full ascended. Absolutely.
Yeah, like they get really nervous. People get really worried compared to other games that like raiding is going to be some incredibly difficult. You've got to be textbook perfect. And like there are raids that are hard in Guild Wars too, but they also are really accessible in a way that many other games aren't. So like get that gear. If you have looked at any of the spear previews, I would also say if a certain class is jumping out at you and you were like, I actually think this playstyle looks really cool, you know, maybe prep that character, level up a ranger. If you're like, oh, I love that stuff that they did with the little fox leap and everything else with the spear, but I don't have a ranger, like go level one up, go see if you can, you know, get one going if you have any leveling tomes left over or stuff like that. And same thing, look at gearing them up and getting them ready, or getting some of the spears or things. That's what would be on my mind for prep for the expansion. You could also stock Astral Acclaim, so that when the new stuff hits the store...
Big.
That's actually,
the big one.
For the first time since the Wizards Vault refreshes, this is the first time where I actually have stocked up my Astral Acclaim. Especially because that quest line, I want to know what that quest line's about.
Well, you can go and do Festival 4 Winds right now. That's a big one, like 150, couple of 150 Astral Claims in there, and also doing some of the metas in in Secrets of the Obscure. Go and look at those high-end ones. You're going to bring up the game and show people, just in case they don't know. So go and do that, because they're easy. Some of them are really easy to do, and it's just a one-time thing. I think you have to do the newer Fractal 3 times as well. Yeah.
I have a boots question. I know that you were lamenting that you were at the back of the boat and everyone else was at the front of the boat last time you were doing the 4 Winds. Have you been in and corrected that error?
Oh, yeah.
I have
I think you did that at the end of the event last year.
I went back and yes, I did it by myself though, and I beat my old score.
I think we should redo it so that we can get back
I don't
me
think we
and
should.
whoever else was at the top. I think it's Cruyff, I can't remember.
I must have told you
I'm not
this.
sure.
I bought on the gem store a boat skin where the driver is in front.
Oh, you did? I remember you telling us that.
Oh, boots
if we
with
do it
the
again, we're
big...
gonna be using that boat.
Wow, you are too smart, my friend.
As long as I'm along for the ride, that's all that matters.
At the
Just as long as
very
you're not competitive. That's the thing.
right. What I would say, everyone who is listening or watching, the most basic thing you can do to build up Astral Acclaim every day is log into the game and just hit the daily. Because you will get a portion, you will get 10 a day. At the very least, you'll just get 10 a day. And start thinking about the things you actually like playing. Like, see, you go, you can do the Lonely Tower Fractal 3 times, you can get 300. That's a lot. You got to do 5 convergences. I know they're less frequent, but you know, there's the Festival annual boss blitz stuff. There's loads of other things you can do. There's a harder one there, the Obsidian like armor piece. I'm like, wow, that should be worth like 2,000 or something. Yeah, so there's loads of things to do there.
Good.
Absolutely.
There was one thing that I did do a little while back in preparation for this expansion, and that was purchase all the spear skins that I wanted on the trading post before they skyrocketed in price, or at least I tried to. By the time I got around to it, I kind of forgot. And yeah, those spear skins where they were kind of sitting around like some silver suddenly became like 10 gold, and you're like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So maybe check the trading post between now and maybe a couple weeks if you see any dips in those prices to grab some skins if you want to.
Or just even crafting some if you like them as well. You can do that. Craft some cheeky ones and sell them.
Possible. I think it's entirely possible that we're going to get some Black Lion updates for some of the sets for the spear. I really do think there's going to be some sets appearing. Yeah.
Also, very good point, Obzi. Clean your inventory and bank. Just do a nice little.
I mean, really sure. I mean,
you're gonna get a lot of new stuff in the expansion, and it's gonna fill up really quickly, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt if you don't clean beforehand.
Can I have?
Like,
can I
have
buy
to stop
an
every
extra?
5 minutes.
Wait, no, I don't need to. I've got one bag. I've got one bag slot that I've not purchased yet, so that's a whole like 20 slots that I can get. Right?
Look, guys, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm telling you, it's a good idea.
Good. So 4 people out of the 5 are not going to do it. How about you, Fornex?
I'm hoping that they have a sort bank button this expansion, but I'm not going to.
Fornex, I tell you, that will be one of the best quality of life features they bring into the game. I need it. I need it badly. Although to be fair,
really complicated to set up though.
I don't think so. Because World of Warcraft has like a literal sort bags option, which is really, really good and has been around since launch.
I guess in terms of like item type.
Yeah, just type. I mean, you'd have to. Like, it depends how specific you want it to be, right?
I'm glad that so many of us here can agree that the best thing to do is to fill up your inventory aggressively before the expansion and then spend all the rest of the next year trying to bail yourself out of the poor decisions you've made.
I'll just make you all feel completely better about this by showing my screen.
That's the secret to making an expansion feel so much more bulky and lengthy than it actually is. Every other mob you kill, you have to stop and clean your inventory.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next event, got to stop, clean the inventory, and you're suddenly like, wow, this expansion took me 5 weeks to complete. Wow, this is great.
Wait, you don't do that already? I was going like,
Jebro.
My friend.
They should make a device.
Yeah, watching Rook and Jebro stream, people tell me my inventory is terrible. And then I don't even think that really matters. I think
I have a lot of unvolatile logging access
like
and stuff, right?
It's like a rite of passage. Whenever you stream Guild Wars 2 or you see anyone's inventory, you have to make a remark about it, even if it's like clean. Just tell them that it's messy, because I think it's a rite of passage at this point. I don't think anyone really
do it to troll people
we're all doing
in
the
my
same
stream.
thing.
I just like troll in my chat because like if I ever feel like it's ever like gotten a little bit quiet, I just open my inventory because someone will have something to say about it.
Traumatize them.
Traumatize them and just be like, "How do you live like that?" And I'm like, "I've got ADHD. I've always lived like this."
And hey, there's a search bar at the top for a reason. So if you know what you want to find, you just type it in and we're set. That's all that matters.
Oh, okay.
A quality of life feature that I would like is, so I have a tendency to hang on to things because I'm not sure whether I'm going to need them. And it would be very nice if they could just, I know that they mark a lot of stuff as like vendor trash now, which is great, but there are certain quirky things where I'm really not sure. And a little bit of a tooltip might be, save me like 1 million bank spaces. So that would be, it's like a tiny thing, but like those feathers, do I need them? If I get rid of them, will I be spending 50 gold to get them again? And it's kind of like, the PTSD is real.
So in my recent Boulder-thon, Crown Herald, we went through so many items in my bank because of that, because I had a random like feather from something that dropped in the original game, or like you say, or I had a key like this key here, which is like a dwarven key, which is an event item. I had like 10 of these in my bank. They're an event item. I don't need it. Go away.
2 ideas for quality of life.
Sure.
Idea number 1, an item that you could toggle on or off in your inventory that when it's on automatically deletes and replaces with liquid gold any trophies that you receive that are just vendor trophies.
Ooh.
I mean, it's good, but
Or
I
like
feel like
junk
that.
items.
I don't feel like I need a new item to
That-
get rid of other
Coming
items.
to the gem store near
Not
you
sure
for
about
a
that.
low price of 800 to 1,000
I don't
gems.
know,
You will be
I
able
don't
to
know.
purchase this in the next 3 months because that's a great idea.
Number one,
Okay.
that's number one. Number two, second quality of life thing that's that just goes off of what Fornex was talking about. Another item, or maybe just a toggle in your settings, that when you toggle it on, it adds another line to the, like when you mouse over an item in game tooltip. It has the vendor price, but it also has the trading post price.
I love these ideas. I love these ideas. Maybe a future podcast we can definitely
Take my
talk more
money.
about
I want to
quality
throw
of
one
life.
in there.
Yeah. Now the reason it would be toggleable and
Okay.
not always on is because if you always have to be referencing the trading post, it probably slows down a lot your game if you're trying to.
That it is a big ask.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's why it would be.
Maybe we'll find out in JANTHIR Wilds. And
I wanna-
so
Yeah,
I just
really
wanna-
quick. Oh, hold on. Yeah,
I just want to,
Mhm.
if we could have it to where when you salvage all, it doesn't do
the
all of
kit,
the unidentified
yeah,
first.
yeah. Okay,
Now,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with
place
you.
that lower down in your inventory to
You
negate
can, yeah.
that, but it's
Yeah.
just a pain. It's just a little
I-
bit of a
actually
pain.
genuinely would love that.
Or,
please.
or a button that you can don't salvage my bags, just all the green.
Or you could like
Yes.
hand click them to unselect them from the list. That
Yeah.
shows up in the that'd be
You
great.
had to come up with
Yeah.
the really good suggestion, didn't you? Again, just remind me that that's not a thing. Okay, so the prep I'm actually doing, which is why I'm in this route, people might be like, why are you in Frost Frontier? Well,
I did a
actually,
bunch of Miralax and nothing but
sorry?
Oh, that's true. Actually, sorry. In chat, somebody mentioned that the Jade bot recycles it to Jade.
Yeah.
So you could. That's not bad.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I've been
It's
trying to
okay.
get all of the home instance nodes, like the all of those. So I've been going to Bit of Frost Frontier, which was a suggestion I believe by Really Geek in the stream, as an easy way to get magic by getting rid of the by eating all the, what are they called, the berries, these things, the winter berries, because you get like a ton. You can easily get like 1k a day by just running around Bit of Frost Frontier and getting that. And then that's one type of magic, and then getting all the tools so I can get it from, from gathering, etc. So like, unbound logging tools and the volatile mining picks, etc. So you can get more magic. And I've put a big dent in it. I've actually got most of them now, which is very cool. So because I was like, when I get my homestead, I want to have as many nodes in there as I possibly can. And you can get some easily through different things. So stuff that I want to fill out my homestead with. So that's all I've really been focusing on, I think. And also gathering, because I know you're going to need like a lot of wood and all that kind of stuff. So like having surplus like mithril and stuff, I'm hoping is going to be quite good from what we
Who are
saw on
watching
the
in the
stream.
background?
That's me.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, I'm playing it now. I'm just showing people stuff. Random stuff.
Okay.
I was showing people the astral vault and things.
Okay.
Yeah, and just showing you what I'm doing. And then, and I was showing everyone my inventory so they could not feel sad and feeling like they.
And now you're just doing your daily gathering of the winter berries.
dailies.
Yeah, daily.
I mean, I'm still talking. I'm really good at multitasking. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop. What do you do on when you play an expansion for do you all like, are you waiting to get in, like bang on? And we'll end the podcast maybe around this people really want to talk more about the actual features and stuff, but I don't know. We can just be talking about a lot that we've been doing that for a long time. Do you just wait for the expansion to launch and you're just like, bang, I'm in there straight away, and I'm in there for hours and hours?
When I was
and
younger, yes,
Sure.
absolutely. I would wait until at launch. I would be like there. I'd take the day off uni or high school or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would do that. Nowadays, I play it when
I
can
know
get
it's
it.
very different for you nowadays, of course.
Yeah. So
Makes
no,
sense, right?
I take the time I can when the precious Guild Wars 2 hours, and I just I just savor them.
Maybe in
I have
good
a plan
few
for you.
years.
Yeah.
So you see the wall behind you. So you Velcro that wall. Small Velcro suit for child. Stick child to wall. Play video game.
Oh,
That's an idea.
Ooh.
You should go and check out some some
The
parent
problem is
people.
they'd be looking directly at the screens, and my understanding is they're not supposed to have screen time for a little while.
It's all right. Their vision doesn't come out that
I was
far.
going to
for
say, yeah,
ages,
they
you're
can't see
fine.
that far. No, they
I
can't see
mean-
that far. Yeah,
turned out fine. My parents took no precautions with me, so.
yeah Criff is
Yeah.
It's not a
fine.
cathode ray
Yeah.
tube anymore.
Look how
It's
Criff
fine.
turned out.
It's
They're
not-
absolutely fine.
Kroof, don't listen to Jebro. You did. You turned out more than fine. You are
The company
fine.
I keep is the reflection of my being, so apparently y'all are too.
Yeah, actually, you're in trouble.
Everything is
True.
fine.
I mean, to answer myself, it's funny because I don't even have a conventional job or any children or any, you know what I mean? So like theoretically, I have the time and the content creation schedule to just do exactly that. But I do find myself more in recent years feeling less driven to do everything as fast as possible in
absolutely.
the shortest amount of time. Like I have never been one who's good at just like staying up all night or waking up super early for the moment the patch hits. So I've never done that. But usually like I used to wake up really early and I'd run like straight downstairs and I'd just play for days, like 10 plus hours every day.
Mhm.
But I think for me more now, I've found that I enjoy it more if I give myself time to just like take my own
Breathe it in.
pace.
Yeah.
Just like and breathe it in and like do some other stuff and still look out for my mental and physical health and of course
Speak
I
to your
have other-
partner.
actually
Occasionally.
see anybody who's near you or that you share your life with like I just tend to do a little bit more of that now. And so for me, it's less about like those first 3 days and more kind of about like the first month, like what do I want to do in the first month and like when am I going to kind of tackle that? And so like, yeah, I'll play through it next week and be trying to, I'm sure I'll get through the first portion and everything since it's a year-long expansion. But yeah, I just don't feel as much anymore. Maybe it's because there's been such a dominant feeling of like FOMO mechanics in games and stuff that I think just a lot of people have kind of gotten exasperated with, and more we're sort of appreciating not feeling the pressure to have to just like slam something so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely can resonate with that
Absolutely.
because I think I have a personality type where I can gorge on it very quickly and I can consume a lot very quickly just because I get really excited about new products and storylines, and so I want to know everything. I'm a bit nosy, but I have been making a very conscious effort
You're
to slow
curious,
down.
Criff. Fixed it for you. You are curious. And not nosy. You're curious.
I just thought of a reference.
It's
This is
okay.
an Olympia reference of this old-timey
Oh.
game with this like 8-bit girl, and she goes, "I'm a woman of my own destiny." I just like I like that concept. But no, I'm a little nosy, so
Just go over the
I've
nose.
had to make a conscious effort to slow down, and so now I find that I'm actually enjoying games at a bit more of a higher level than just like superficially playing it and then it seeing that
Forgetting
end
it.
screen.
Yeah.
So now I really
Transcend
take the time to enjoy the art, listen to music and soundtracks, and also read other like quest texts or go back and reread dialogue or in the journal, and to really appreciate it. It's almost like a wine tasting ceremony, but for a
I
game.
like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wine tasting.
I get a lot more out of
room.
games. Like
I
in terms
agree.
of World of Warcraft, I just started playing Dragonflight. I'm almost done with it, but it's taken me a considerable longer amount of time than it would have used to. And I'm like, oh my god, this is like, I find video games to be, in my opinion, one of the highest forms of art because it's a convergence of so many different art
Yeah,
forms.
so true.
So
True.
I've been giving
Don't
it
miss
more
the Black
credence.
Dragonflight one.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Black Dragonflight storyline is the best, one of the best in WoW. It's siblings and it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I love that wine tasting metaphor though. It's less about just like doing shots or like guzzling
Yes.
something and more so about like sipping it and just getting to actually enjoy that. Like, I mean, of course, we all feel the pressure because nobody wants to get spoiled and nobody, so like that's always
Yeah,
a
that's a sucker
consideration.
thing.
But it's something where I do just encourage folks to just like savor, have those sips, and just open yourself up to exploring more than you think, right? Like you might just blast the story, or you might just focus one thing. But I think if you really take time just to go around and explore all the nooks and crannies, or Kroof, like you were just saying, right? To explore little aspects of it, like, oh, I wonder what the writing is like, or I wonder, I think you get a lot more out of it, and it ends up being a lot more distinctive versus just like doing it all and then just being like, okay, and like how many months do we have to wait for whatever's next? Like
Now I'm just waiting. Now I'm angry that it's over. It's like,
Yeah. That is a thing which I think people do often. They're like, and a lot of people are just like, we just had so much content. There's so much stuff, and you just brush through one thing. It's like, that's a skill though, to just kind of appreciate rather than to kind of
word of the day,
rush through.
mindfulness.
It is,
Being mindful.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, honestly.
That's okay.
No.
That's how I would normally enjoy an expansion, but I think in this particular case, it might be more like there's an oasis in the desert for me that I finally stumble onto. And I just go,
do it. You got to do what you need to do. If you've got 4 hours and that's all you got, like if you got 1 hour and that's all you got,
1 hour maybe.
get as much in there as you can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to think what I used to do.
I guess for me it depends how compelling the story is.
Mm.
So if I'm really in it, I can binge watch Netflix like crazy. I have to be careful. I have to like pick the programs I'm going to watch, or I disappear from the world for that time period. But this will actually be the first expansion that I'm going to undertake with treated ADHD because I'm on medication now.
Ooh.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
So
going to be a
we'll
new
see.
experience for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do play games differently. It's been wild for me as well. Actually, I stream differently as well when I'm on my medication. Like I pay.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's I noticed the
command over your
difference more.
focus?
I mean, yeah, I get more stuff done in the game. I'm less all over the place. I think I'm just. It doesn't all go away because it's not just going to fix it, right? Like that's not what it is, and it depends if I've had sleep because medication doesn't really normally work if you're tired, but very well. But it does. I notice a personal difference. I think most of the time, for a bit, for like an hour or so, and then it kind of.
Yeah,
But not
because
bad.
the last expansion I hit Final Fantasy 14, and I just started it.
You feel
and then
overwhelmed.
I
Yeah.
fell out at the other end, and I'd completed it all in like 3 days.
Oh no, you
I hit
hyperfixated
that.
on it.
I did.
Okay, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I
Right,
did,
so
I
it'd be the
did.
other way. You
I got very
feel
annoyed
really...
with Warclaw several times. But oh my god, that fight!
No,
oh my god.
not my
Anyway,
wife.
oh, it was so bad. Only when I had to play her, she was fine. Other than that, but no, I'm gonna play through the story. My plan is to have as much time as I want, play through the story, try and relax and enjoy it. Hopefully, we have some really beautiful immersive maps because I do love exploring the maps in Guild Wars 2. And I'm still a bit kind of gun shy. That's not proper word. After Naos, and I know that I loved the bulk of the story in Secrets of the Obscure, and I'm just seriously hoping that they have a strong finish with this one with the additional stuff, because the opening salvo of the expansion was great. So I'm like fingers crossed that they've course corrected enough, because I love this studio and I love the creators and I love the genre, and I don't want them to get shot in the bottom.
Very good. Well done.
Story?
Holding on there.
Thank you.
Do we know what?
Do we know much about the story at all?
Not
We got
really.
a little bit. We got a little more with like Bloom's preview and some of the stuff they've done.
Okay, I didn't see
Not
that.
a
where-
huge amount. Yeah.
I think the most interesting thing to me personally, from what I've gleaned through that, was the fact that it is a continuation of Secrets of the Obscure.
Ah,
So
Yeah, those characters
it,
still there, yeah.
it's still like it kind of starts you from there and moves you through. And at least the initial thing that we
Yes.
know is that you are pursuing a wizard who fled or went to JANTHIR outside of the organization, and you're like following their trail. So I was very curious about that. I was also curious because we're going to where there are the Coden, and that made me think of the Coden character that was like Chekhov's gun. That was like mentioned.
Waking Sorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Waitings. It is
Waiting
said
Sorrow.
on some of the journalist sites that Waiting Sorrow is the main driving force
There
of
you
what this
go.
expansion is.
Oh, there we
In
go.
terms of who we might be trying to search for.
Okay.
So, and this is definitely a continuation of the wizards, not necessarily the Cryptus,
Mhm.
but I think this will be a great thing to pair with at least the base expansion of Secrets of the Obscure to then tie that in a bit better, because those mid patches kind of exist in their own box in a way. So I'm excited to get back to the wizards and to touch base, because I think there was definitely some unexplored segments with the wizards, especially like, what is the heart of the obscure? Who is Waiting Sorrow?
Don't get Grand Herald started.
Also,
Don't get him going.
also just I apologize if anybody was trying not to get any of that info, but like as far as my understanding, that's like literally
first
the
5
first,
minutes.
like
Yeah.
first, like the very, very first thing that is said to you
Yeah,
in the
no,
whole
that's
experience.
fine.
Like
It's,
they haven't revealed anything, nor in any of the stuff that I've seen has there been any actual like information about anything beyond that. Just that like
That's basically in the tiny email that you get.
yes,
Yeah.
that's like the letter that you get at the start of the expansion kind of deal. So
It's no biggie. But I would say if you're watching a podcast about the hyping about JANTHIR Wilds and there's all the blog posts and all the news about it coming out, then you probably should dip out, because there will be some potential thoughts and things that we glean from websites that you may not have said. I could probably put that at the beginning of the title.
Does everybody here do the same thing when they start an expansion in Guild Wars 2? At least do the story first and then branch out afterwards. Like I basically try to do the story first, but get sidetracked. I like see something fun on a map and try to do that. in the meantime.
I normally do map completion before I move to the next zone.
Really?
I will do 100% map completion before I go, because I'll be like, is there maybe an NPC that I will see in another zone that is here and there's something happening with them? Yeah, I do 100% map complete.
Wow.
Every
Yeah,
time.
I don't do that.
I
I've
did that when I
honestly
played
been
Guild
playing
Wars 2 from the start. Like every single map, I didn't move on until I'd completed it.
Wow.
No, I'm just talking about vistas and like POIs and stuff. I don't mean all the achievements. Like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. But like because I want the reward as well. If it goes towards like a legendary or something, I want to be like, oh, I've done it. And also
Great.
just it's cool to have it completed and just be like, oh, there's all these different places that you can look at, and maybe there's these. I wonder if it's going to have all these nooks and crannies in the next map, and if it's going to be different. That's what I do at the launch of an expansion. I don't necessarily go ham hours and hours and hours, but I will go ham on the exploration.
I do that too. I
Nooks and
think
crannies.
that was a change for me though, because when I first started playing it, I was coming from playing 14 primarily.
Yeah.
And so
And they
for
don't
me,
have
I
maps,
was always,
so yeah. Sorry.
I mean, listen.
I mean, let's be real, man.
Where we talk about open world design. 14 has maps. The interactivity of those maps is questionable. And honestly, the ones in Dawn Trail were, I think, some of the most beautiful maps that they've done with this graphical update. But Guild Wars 2 takes it to a whole nother level, and that's something that I think I learned over the course of playing the game. Like, initially, I would only play the story, and then I found out that, like, there are metas that sometimes canonically are at certain points in the story, and then there were all these other things, and I was like, okay, so I think what I'm gonna actually do is that when I get to a new map, I'm going to like look at what the quest kind of is, or like see if I think there's an organic break where the map meta might happen or something like that. And then I kind of structure my map exploration around that. But I may not like full on meticulously 100% every single one as I'm playing through the story. I try to get as much as I can as I just sort of go around, but I definitely try to include time to spend a good hunk of my narrative time on each map as I get to it, because a lot of times I just consider those maps to actually be a part of the narrative in the way that like Guild Wars 2 uses them.
I think that is the reason why I just love MMORPGs so much and always have. Like map exploration is one of the things I've just always enjoyed. It's been one of the reasons, honestly, why Final Fantasy XIV has been very hard for me to get into early on, because the map exploration early on in that game is pretty diabolical, honestly. Like, and I've played a lot of MMORPGs in my time. I'm getting older, and it's just really arse. But like in terms of everything else, great, good stuff. And I hopefully, like, you know, I'm glad that it's better. Thank God. But yeah, it's such a big deal to me, like doing that. That's what I'm really looking forward to. And when, like, you know, they've got the Warclaw and the mounts, it just makes it so much better. But I purposefully don't try to use my mount all the time as well. Like I go around with super speed or swiftness, like trying to experience it more of a ground level as well. And I know with the design in mind, you've got mounts, so it's intended probably to be more mount oriented. But I do try to walk around a lot and just to see it from the ground. And
I need to do that too.
It's really different. It's really good to do that, because it's like I just like, because you just see that it's different, because you feel less like, I don't know, it's more like exploring for the first time. You know what I mean? Rather than just like rushing through it. And it is about like just taking it in. I think it's just something I enjoy doing a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's I'm honestly, I'm excited for next week, but I think my excitement generally for expansions and that kind of stuff has gone down in recent years because of expectation and because of, you know, also
getting housing.
I mean, obviously excited, but like excited for all of these things. But like, you know, it's not like it was when I was a kid. It's different, right? It's different. It's just a different thing, and we, you know, it's not the expansion itself, because I said when we first started doing this is probably going to be one of their best expansions. Like, you know, and that's pretty big. That's a big deal. But there's so much coming out right now. There's World of Warcraft. There's this. There's flipping Space Marine 2 in September. That is my childhood hype dream right now. That is my childhood hype. Space Marine 2, I am in it. And there's also like the flipping, I am going to be in that world, Crown Herald. I'm telling you.
I think it's like game release fatigue at this point. Like,
it's just all the time, Rook.
I mean, we've had Elden Ring, we have the new Dragon Age coming out, we have War Within the week after. Like, there's just so much.
I forgot about that.
It's just like, I agree.
Wukong is coming out the same day.
Oh no, I can't.
Like, I feel as though a lot of my excitement level feels really skewed to me right now for game releases, because it's just been like, the bar has been up here so long with everything that's coming out that like I'm like in a daze at this point. Yeah. Like, cool, JANTHIR Wilds next week. All right, man. What's after that?
All right, man.
I'm just like, oh,
okay. Like, But I will say one thing that we did not talk about that I'm going to ask all of you, and I'm going to ask the question to Fornex first. We talked about like, are you going to blast through the story? Are you going to do the map? Here's my question for you, Fornex. When you unlock homesteads, is that it for the next week? Or are you going to keep going with story? What's your thought? What's your thought?
Oh god! So I'm an Animal Crossing addict and a Paleo addict, and I can just do that forever, like a lot. So I'm kind of scared at how much I'm gonna do this. I might have to start streaming just to make content. This is how bad it might be. So we've got to be careful here. We're into dangerous territory.
I'm pretty
honestly very, very dangerous.
I would love to watch you, like the master at work, just go through all of the design planning.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm hyped for that shit. It's gonna be so good. It's the like housing is so important to this game. We are gonna have new content creators in our directory for this thing.
Can we have a stream where we go in and inside all of our homesteads and we show off our past?
Of course we're gonna do that. We will do a Lightbringers competition where people can enter. We're doing it. We're doing all of it. Don't worry. It's
Best
happening.
house wins a legendary.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
Or maybe they can get some like 5 gold or something. Like, maybe we can get sponsored by in there for that one. We'll see.
Way to cheap out, Jebro. 5 gold. 5
you can
gold?
do it then. You go farm legendary, Rook. You can get on that one straight away.
Yeah, I have become one. We're one
We know
being
how to
now.
get the populace engaged. We know how to get the attention. People want the leggies. Chat. You want put an F in chat if you want the leggies. Put an F in chat.
And if
you
you're not listening
gold.
live, just comment with an F, I guess.
If you're not listening live, put an F in chat.
Just say F.
Just say F in chat.
Just say sandwiches.
I've been trying not to say that all evening.
You've been
so
doing so. I am really proud
enough?
of you. I might even send you 2 gold in game for that.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's how proud I am of you. Yeah, I'll spend money if it's outside of the game in real life, but in games, I like to hoard that stuff. As you've seen my inventory now, you probably know. Okay,
also,
lovely.
People go into Paleo and rate my. I've made a florist in Paleo. I mean, god damn, it's like a garden set. It's amazing. Anyway, carry on. Yes, I'm definitely going to be. I'm going to be torn. I'm going to be torn. I have a question for everybody.
Wow. Is everyone going to answer the question that Rook had first?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, the question queue is forming. Would anybody else like to answer the house question before it's time for Fornex's question?
Okay.
Yes, I am also a lover of things. I played Minecraft quite a bit, and I enjoy that as well.
You played it with your girlfriend, I believe.
Yeah.
Who's now your wife?
My wife. Yeah.
And you're now a mother and a father.
I am both a mother and a father.
That's true. Are you gonna do a series in the future?
Oh
that's
my god,
like
that would be so cute.
Minecraft with your family.
That's so amazing.
There's the balance that you have to do about like exposing your child to the internet. So I don't know about that.
I do it when they're a lot older. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe older.
Front page on Reddit.
Wholesome Reddit.
There's one video where I rebuilt a place I proposed to her in Paris and reenacted it.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Boots the
I think that was the last
romantic.
episode. I think that was the last episode.
Your Riz is astronomical.
Gosh,
That's crazy. That's so adorable.
That's wild.
If any of us possessed even a fraction of that Riz, it'd be incredible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I get Riz. True.
It's charisma.
Oh, right.
It's charisma.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I thought you were saying rice.
I can.
You mean that
I
one
see,
lost system in Guild Wars 2 that used to be based off your choices?
I see clients as young as 12 years old. I have to know all of this slang for work.
Okay.
It becomes a new wild thing where it's like I know all of the slang and skibbity, toilet and all the things.
Ew.
Like,
Yeah, ew.
all of
What
it.
does brat mean?
All of it.
What does brat
Oh, you know what a
mean?
brat is. You don't need to know. You know what a brat is. It's exactly what it means.
Summer. I'm a brat and I'm a that. Okay,
Anyway.
so essentially TLDR on Brat.
Mhm.
Brat is
Wow.
an album from the artist Charlie XCX, and it's a way of life. It's a way of living. It's just like kind of that, not carefree because you care a lot, but like I'm a brat, I'm a
Proof.
brat and bummed out. Yeah.
High maintenance.
But it's not as descriptive as you might have hoped.
Can you package all of the current lexicon into a song to the sound of 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies? Like,
I'll
give
have
it
to
a
know.
toilet,
I'll
the
have to do some
Chinese chicken.
research as to what that song is because I'm so young. But
Oh
I
my
can get on
God.
that. I can get on that.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. We need to
Yikes.
replace Croof.
Oh boy.
Replacing Croof.
Okay. If I get the jump on saying I'm young, I'm the bad guy. But if everyone else tells me I'm young, I have to play the baby. Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's because
fair.
you're
That's
superior.
actually fair, though. That is fair. You make a very
Glad you
good
know the
point.
rules.
Quickly, because we're going to be
I love
ending
you
it,
all.
because otherwise
Yes.
we've already gone over what I said would be, and it's actually not my fault.
Sorry.
Just saying.
No, hold on.
Sure.
So, Jebro, are you going to get lost in housing or are you going to keep going with
Oh
story?
yeah, housing is like my jam. Like I play it
Yeah.
in many games. I am going to, destroy the housing market.
Oh God.
Wow. That's too
Okay.
late. It's already done.
Homestead
All right.
market, sorry.
Wow. I was going
Homestead.
to say, yeah.
We got to market it right.
Too
It's,
late.
it's like,
Okay,
I mean, I am literally the only prep I've done for the expansion is trying to get stuff for my homestead, and it's not even in the game yet. So That's
I
literally
agree.
where
I'm the
at.
same. It's going to be the exact same thing. Please look forward to it, everybody, because it's going to be housing. You've been
Do
watching.
you want the
anybody who's been
first
watching my
podcast
stream-
episode we do to be about housing and how we're enjoying it?
Honestly, that's a great idea for like a
That's a
good idea, but
non-spoiler.
I think we should like,
Because it'll be non-spoiler, yeah. Let's do that.
true.
Let's do
That's
that.
important
We'll need
note.
2 weeks time though.
We have expended the queue of questions from Rook, but now
Yeah.
it is Fornax had a
Fornax.
question that we're going to start
Yes.
the queue.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, so my question is, and it's a nice question. It might be nice to end on actually. So I plan to play my Guardian first time through this expansion.
Yeah.
What are you guys planning on playing through? What character? What build? What?
I'm gonna do Guardian, but on my personal playthrough that'll be Guardian. On a stream playthrough that I'm gonna be doing, it'll probably be my Char Elementalist.
Why the difference?
Variety is the spice of life, and I like my food spiced. So I'm gonna also Char, meow, and Elementalist Spear. So
Oh yeah, how do you feel about Char riding Warclaws, the new Warclaw?
My God,
mean,
Boots, no.
kinky.
We are
I mean,
not
hey.
derailing this into something else. I'm trying to get you all off
Isn't that
early.
kind of weird? Just like a cat riding a
I
cat.
say
It's so-
if it's your second cousin, hey. I'm just kidding.
Don't
I think
forget
it'd be
that
really
Criff
cute.
is American. It's fine
consenting
over there,
kitties.
apparently.
I'm American. It's culture here. So
Yeah.
To have
Apparently
sex
they
with
didn't have-
cats.
no,
That's not on the menu.
Wow, Fornex. Honestly, bringing
You
in
know what?
bestiality
That's probably why
randomly into the
there's a lot of-
stream is not
Well,
something that I
that's-
thought was going to
honestly,
happen
there's
today.
I mean, it would
Probably
explain
a
Trump.
good amount of
but-
Guild Wars players that play Char for that reason.
I really love that, like, we get through this whole podcast where it's like, Jebro, aren't you so proud of me? I did not do one naughty word all of this podcast. And then instead, Fornex just drops at the end. Do Americans just have sex with cats?
I'm not sending that. That 2 gold rescinded.
Rescinded.
Return to sender. Gone.
Wow.
So,
Done.
so how many house points did I lose for bestiality?
You don't have any house points to lose. Like you're in minus. You owe me.
Oh,
that was so good.
You owe me
man.
now. Other people answer the question, and it's
yeah,
not
right.
bestiality
Yes,
related.
what class are y'all gonna play?
Honestly,
I-
probably. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rook.
Oh, no, please, Boots. You please.
No, please,
after
Rook.
you. No,
Rook.
Boots, please.
Jesus flipping Christ.
Probably Guardian, honestly, just because it's like the easy one to go with. Like it just cuts through content like butter, you know, a little firebrand action or a willbender action, just easy peasy.
Yeah.
Survivability, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, so
and damage, just damage is great. So the other option is maybe I'll look at the spears and see which one I'm most intrigued by, and
So
then
the answer to that question is engineer, but you're welcome.
Okay, all right.
This is actually hilarious, but Guardian.
Wow, Rick, I'm
Guardian.
very surprised by your answer specifically.
I mean, well, I played through all of the story on my main character Ira, and she is a Guardian. So
Yeah.
I
do
will
play
be
Guardian,
trying.
so.
I know. I will
It's
be
your
playing
baby.
on Spear. So I'll do Spear on one of them. I don't know yet if I'll go for. Yeah, I don't know yet if I'm going to go for some kind of firebrand or something, or if I'm going to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll get real spicy and I'll actually whip out Willbender because I haven't really been doing much Willbender. Maybe I'll do that.
Spicy. Another
spicy.
Guardian subclass.
I'm just another Guardian stuff. I'm gonna get totally wild in here.
I mean, you know, go on.
I would like to though get my Ranger character to the point where I can take them through because I really liked the Ranger spear abilities. I thought they looked really cool, and I really enjoyed testing them out. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's the joy
know what, my
of Ults. You can just do whatever story you want. You can just go and do it. Well,
My
you got to
backup is
replay
Ellie
it first.
because of the spear. Even though it in the beta wasn't amazing, Ellie because of the spear is my backup because I want to try it out in story. Yeah.
It was fun. It was
Right.
fun.
So I'm going to surprise everyone and
I don't
say
think so.
engineer. My Asura engineer, because they are beautiful and wonderful and they look very cool. He's got a cool hat. So and I'm going to play spear because that makes sense. Although I like the short bow kind of celestial mechanist build, which is just easy to farm things.
You would short bow for PvE story, like by your solo play?
I mean, it just depends. If I'm farming, I don't know if I'm going to play the solo like story specifically all the time. I change it up. I have different builds that I play all the time.
Okay.
So I've got like 6-7 builds. So I play Condi. I play just like running around. My favorite spec is Scrapper. Has been for years. Like Scrapper is my fave. But Hollismith I've been enjoying a bit more recently. I found it boring, but I've made it more fun. So. But yeah, I just play around with builds on my engineer all the time. Like I'll normally if there's a new weapon, I will try and just have different equipment setups with the new weapon, and I'll be like, what is it like to just run Celestial or full damage or full Condi? Or because the spear for Engie, you can probably go Condi and you can probably go just blunt damage. So it's gonna be fun.
Very cool.
And that's why you have legendary armor.
Yes,
So that
it
you
is
can do
why I
it.
have legendary armor. So,
Which
but also
Jebro
we
is
have
giving away a legendary weapon for the best house.
Heard it here first.
we also have gear like tabs so you can switch. That's because I ain't changing those stats every time, man. That ain't happening. I ain't got
Actually-
nobody got time for that. That is so true.
I have
I
some
need
Black
that
Lion
song.
skins that we can give away as well. Some Black Lion weapon skins, which might be nice for the competition.
Oh, that would be cool.
Ooh. Okay.
Not just legendaries. There's lots of pretties in the game.
Yeah, we'll get something going. I don't. We're not going to do it in the first week.
No.
We'll give everyone a bit of a chance to. We'll cobble something together.
Funny.
That was funny. Thanks, Griff. Appreciate you. That's why you're
You're
here.
welcome.
Made me feel
I'm
good.
just like a funny button.
Okay, we've got the expansion next week. Really excited for all the things. Wait,
Is next week?
Next week?
the week that is
which
next?
week? And so in a week from now, you're saying so like next
No,
Friday.
no. That's wrong,
Yeah.
Boots. That's wrong.
Oh.
It's a week from in the past Tuesday. From a week from
it's-
today,
so
we
it's-
would have
So
been
you're
playing it
saying
for a
when
couple
you
of
say
days.
next week, you really mean 4 days from
Tuesday.
now.
4 days.
Tuesday.
It's technically
Tuesday?
next week. Tuesday
Wow.
if you live in Europe and America, but if you're in Australia, it's actually Wednesday.
Damn.
Wow.
What day did the British eat? Tuesday. Sorry.
Hang on, I'm 6 hours ahead.
That's a
Does that
funny
mean that I
joke.
get it before
Sorry.
you
That was
guys?
bad.
If you kind of missed the funny button on that one, you kind of hit side and then it just.
I don't think there was a button that existed for that one. Sorry.
9 a.m.
What did you
what
say,
time is it
Crane?
for you, Fordex? Yeah.
9 a.m. on the 20th. So do I get it at the same time or 6 hours earlier?
No,
or
it's
is it
later.
like a
Not
year?
earlier.
You're gonna get it technically later.
You get it about 5 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
no.
I'm so sorry, Fornax.
No, but hold on a second. She's getting it at the same time.
Yeah.
Well,
But
But,
it's a
like-
universal release, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean,
worldwide
I would
release,
feel
yeah.
really upset because I'd be like, well, it's the 20th for me and it's 9 a.m. for me, but you got to wait
It's
till
just-
6 p.m. probably or so.
It's about
Yeah.
5.
Oh, 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8-hour difference.
British summertime here.
Proof. What a
Because we have
foolish
daylight
and
savings.
ridiculous mistake you just made.
You're fucking
feel so-
fired.
You
Get
feel
out.
so embarrassed about yourself.
Get the F out.
go. That was
Done.
embarrassing.
You are
Frames.
done, Kroof.
guys,
You are
that was-
done. You are
Ooh,
so
I'm gonna
done.
quit.
I was almost going to send you 2 gold, but no.
That was
No 2
embarrassing.
gold
I'm
for
gonna
you.
quit.
That is the highest honor I do give people, 2 gold. It is like a standard that I am
Hi,
instigating.
Groove.
Hi, crew.
Hi.
I love you, Kroof. Please don't go.
Uh,
Please
no,
don't go.
I cannot believe that it's a week away. And
Or-
I
Better
just
believe it, because it
am-
is. Sorry.
I mean, okay, it's less. It's 4 days. It's 4 days away.
Oh, shit.
But I am so pumped about it because honestly, like everything that we've seen about JANTHIR Wilds so far, like we've said, they could have literally released just the housing system, and I
yeah.
would have been like, "Thank you for this gift. This is the most amazing thing that's ever
Absolutely.
existed." But the fact that we're getting a whole nother year-long expansion, that there are so many cool features coming out, that the previews and everything have looked so good, that the response and the feedback that they've given following Secrets of the Obscure has really been on point with, I think, a lot of the community's, sort of thoughts about that first foray into the 1-year expansion cycle.
Mhm.
I am so excited about this, and I really can't wait to see how they've continued to refine this model, how all these new features come together, and what we have ahead of us in 4 days. I mean, of course, it'll be over the course of the whole year, but this is something that I am looking forward to. And knowing that as well, we're going to get at least some of the stuff that was still left sort of up in the air in Secrets of the Obscure. There's going to be some throughput. For me personally, that gets me even more like, yes, because those were things that got my mind going and my imagination going. And I am ready to follow that and see where they take us and where that leads in this new journey.
We're done. we're done. We're ending it there.
Well done.
What a beautiful goal.
Very good. Very good. I'm done.
Do I get 2 gold?
Yeah. I'll send it to you. It's fine.
No,
I'll send you the gold.
that's not the point, Fornax. The point is,
I'm just not stingy like you, and you're just against bestiality
you
for some
saying
strange reason.
2
and that's your
gold
choice,
is
okay?
stingy? Answer in the comments. Is 2 gold
Definitely
stingy
sending you that 2 gold.
in Guild Wars 2? If you answer, Fornax will send you 2 gold. No, disclaimer, no. Everyone from the Guild Wars 2 community suddenly. It's like Twitch drops. Like, give me that 2 gold. That is going to be a thing now, by the
2
way.
gold on Jebro's next stream.
It's 2 gold.
Confirmed.
It's 2 gold now. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Rookery, tell us what you do, where you do it. Are you playing and doing stuff during the expansion launch as well? I know people will watch this after the launch as well, so it might be a bit pointless to do this, but why not? Hey.
I will
Who sent me 2 gold in Guild Wars 2? Who sent me 2 gold? Someone sent me 2 gold in Guild Wars
Finally
2.
pay us.
Pay
Yeah.
forward.
Thank you for passing it to Jebro so that he can give it to
Oh,
us.
it's Root! You cheeky bastard. I'm returning it. I'm returning that.
I myself, depending on when you watch this or when you listen to this, I will actually be streaming through this weekend through Monday. So probably
Oh, wow.
Tuesday launch day, I will give everybody a little bit of time to do your own thing. Maybe, I don't know, I might hop in because those drops will be active. We'll see. But Wednesday for sure, I will be live.
Cool.
Thursday as well, there'll be a little bit of a little special something celebrating. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, for me coming up, Sunday this weekend, I am going to be on Axe of the Blood God, which is an RPG podcast. They're doing a 24-hour marathon charity-thon for Trans Lifeline.
Nice.
And I'm really excited to be over there during on Sunday during their Final Fantasy 14 slot. And there's going to be some other amazing people there too. Senna Breyer, the voice actress of Warclaw, is going to be there. And Rebecca Ford from Warframe actually is going to be there, and a bunch of other creators too. So please come, show some support. Trans Lifeline is a wonderful organization. And yeah, we'll be hanging out and doing some stuff during that time block. And then on Monday night, I'm going to be live over on the Visage channel. Oh, hold on. Let me see what the actual Twitch channel is for that. You can find all this info on my Discord and everything else as well. So you go to my social media and look for that if you haven't. But Visage, which was formerly Women in Warcraft, are going to be doing a special broadcast. So we have expansion after expansion after expansion, and War Within is coming up for World of Warcraft, and I will be hosting a conversation roundtable that's going to be happening over on their channel. Nice. That is going to be all about, it's twitch.tv Visage Community, for anybody who doesn't know. That'll be a talk so that you can get prepped for the War Within. And we have experts in various types of content who are women or non-binary players who will be guiding you through what you need to get prepped for War Within for each of those types of content. So that's
so good, Rick. That's awesome. Nice. Love it. Thank you for telling us about that. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, of course. You can find me on my channel, twitch.tv Rookery, ROOKURI. You can find me on YouTube at the same, and on Twitter at Rookery_. That's it for me.
This is why we have all these epic people on this podcast. Keep doing awesome work. Kroof, what do you do? And what are you? Did I mess up the order? Did you expect Boots next?
I don't know what I expect in life, but it's just kind of always a surprise when I hear my name.
Always expect the unexpected.
But I guess I'll answer the question. Hi, everyone. I'm Kroof. It's been a pleasure to be here yet again. As for my plans for JANTHIR WILDS, I will have videos out on Tuesday, so keep an eye out for those. And yeah.
What are the names of your channels so that people can go and follow you so they can check your
what I want to say next. I'm workshopping live. So there'll be videos out on Tuesday. I also am planning on streaming on the weekends, probably Friday through Sunday.
Yep.
If I can squeeze it in earlier, depends on what my schedule will look like next week. But do expect there to be quite a few videos going up over on the YouTube channel, which you can find me at Kroof.
Nice.
Just type in Kroof in the YouTube search bar. I should pop up. If I don't, and it's someone else, send me an email, because I need to do a cease and desist real fast.
Always put the GW2 after people's names.
I don't really need to do that.
Not with you, no.
You can if you want to.
Or you can put 2 gold in and Kroof comes up, I think.
You know, I just Googled you, Kroof. And you were the first one that showed up.
Beautiful. Whoa. Hey, I got the SEO on lock. SEO. Boom.
All right.
Yeah, don't do Boots.
Boots just gave me a bunch of boots, like literal boots.
So strange. I should be first.
Aww. Hey, you can get there. I believe in you. But yeah, so I'll be doing a lot of videos. Watch out on Tuesday for the YouTube channel. And yeah, that's all I really got going on. Streams and videos. So excited.
Okay. Do it. Legend. Please make sure you check out their videos. Always quality content from Kroof. Boots. The Booters. Which is your favorite, the left or the right, or is it both of them? Do you not like to favor one over the other? And tell us what you do, where you do it. And if you're going to be doing
what?
What?
Oh, boots.
Butt cheek. I don't know.
Yeah, which butt cheek?
Oh, yeah.
Like
which butt?
Okay, that's a good question. Hold on a second.
Which do you favor? I mean, I feel like I lean on one more than the other.
For mine, it's probably my right.
I think my right as well, yeah.
I think it's
better.
I think it might be because that's is that your mouth? Because are you right-handed?
Yeah, I don't think your hand has anything to do with it.
It does for me, because I lean on my armchair on my right side because that's where my mouse hand is. So I put less pressure on my wrist. It's purposeful.
See, I do the opposite. I lean away from. I'm left. I think it's left butt for me, for sure.
Mm.
Oh my.
Well, anyway, so that's me.
That's an interesting change of events.
There you go. So I guess Fornax is next.
You
Good.
didn't even say your channel.
Go and follow Boots. His stuff is in the
most important
description. Boots does a lot of things. Go and check out his stuff,
yeah.
his adventures, his builds. He wants to
Fine.
do new builds, bad builds, but they're not technically bad. They're just fun as hell.
I'm gonna do my best, guys. I'm gonna do my best to get some videos out about. Probably there's gonna be some adventures. Probably there's gonna be some builds that I could make, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to seeing your content, my friend.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Fornex,
Yes.
your stuff, please. Minus the bestiality, thank you.
Oh wow. I mean, that was like a new genre that I was thinking about getting into. So
Jesus.
I have like bronchitis.
Oh my God.
So please forgive me, delirious. Okay.
I'm not sure what
Bestiality
bronchitis has
jokes
to
on
do
your-
with bestiality. What?
It's the
A
medication.
bee?
No, it's not. I'm just a
B
terrible
is
person.
B,
that's
the
problem.
theme of B. Well, we're going into JANTHIR Wilds. The Kodan are here. Truly.
Bears,
True.
That's why
bears,
it's come up,
and
you know?
cat
They are sentient and they can give consent.
They can.
Consent.
They can.
Yes. Yes. Furries are furries are fine.
I
Let's
mean,
just
they're
say.
not
Okay.
furries, though. They're actual creatures.
I realize that Rick thinks about this a lot. and I
They're
think
not
it's about-
dressing up as Kodan.
Correct. Do your outro.
Rick had that lined up and ready to be said.
Today's podcast has been about 20 minutes of Guild Wars 2 content and about 2 hours of random banter about animal
Oh my god.
sex and boots.
And
God.
boots and bottom cheeks.
We like to be inclusive on this podcast. It's all about accessibility.
Boots, but
Fornex.
I don't know about you guys. I feel like deeply like underwhelmed with what's happening next week in my life after listening to what Rook is doing. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I
Literally.
have to like get out there more. I have to like do something with my existence.
Fornex.
I thought you meant
Jesus Christ.
because Boots was teasing me about getting it on with bear people.
You're
And then you're like,
jealous.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel like my horizons are so limited. No, you're beautiful.
What are
and
we
amazing.
actually doing anymore?
Oh my
Where
God,
are we
Fornex.
now?
I will not allow. I will
Are we
not allow
still
you to
live?
slander. Fornex has been doing a lot of incredible works behind the scenes for a project we will be revealing shortly that has been blowing my mind, and I can't wait for all of you to see it. So you can give yourself credit.
Fornex,
Thank you.
we all
I have been in
do
the editor.
different
I have been in the
things.
editor, but like you're helping trans people, and
Yes.
I feel like I've got to get in on that action. Call me. Okay.
Yeah, we'll call. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
You can do the things. You just got to put yourself
True,
out.
true. Okay.
That's all it takes.
I'm Fornex. I'll try and be professional. I'm Fornex. I'm the Gretchen Herald. Please check out my
Wait,
channel.
stop.
The YouTubes.
Stop.
Yes.
You
Right.
started
Stop.
wrong. You said,
Okay.
I'm going to try and be professional first. Please fix that.
Yes.
Yeah. Fornex, please just be professional already. Thank you.
Okay.
There you go.
Gosh. Oh, telegraphing.
That was
Okay.
good. That was
Sorry.
good.
Okay, I'll try
I
again.
like that.
So, I'm Fornex, the Crichton Herald, being professional.
I see
Please
what
check
It's
out my
literally
channel.
the same.
It's literally the same. Check me out on YouTube. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, still for some unknown reason, and Blue Sky and other places that are not horrible. So do check my content, and yeah, I will be making some more soon. That's public. Yay! That's what's happening.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Fornex. Very professional.
You're
Love it.
welcome. Thank you.
Thank you again to all our guests. Thank you everyone for coming out and watching live if you did. This is our last podcast episode of the season. So if
Yeah,
you
season 3
have
done.
Yep, season 3 is done. We're on season 4. We'll probably have a show next Friday. But if we talk about things, nope. Did you say no?
Oh no, I was just wondering.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No, we
we'll
probably
find out
will
next
do.
week.
We've been doing shows the first week of the expansion. We just haven't talked about story. Just been talked
Yeah.
about a couple
Yeah.
of first maps
And that's the
stuff.
hardest part, not talking about story.
True.
No, it's not. We've got
Yeah,
housing.
it
Come
is.
on, man.
I know,
What are you talking about?
but there's so much to talk
No
about.
one's going to finish the story. They're going to be on the flipping housing. And if they're not, their priorities
Challenge
are
accepted.
wrong.
I bet your ass that I have finished the story by the
I mean,
time I get here.
you don't
That is-
count. Like, you don't count in this. Like, obviously,
Jebro,
you're going to do
Fornax-
that.
If Fornix has finished the story, you have to give her 2 gold.
That's right.
True.
All right, I
yes.
promise. I will.
Okay.
I will. I'll give you
Good.
2 gold.
This bitch is going to earn 2 gold this week.
Hey, nothing more valuable in the story than getting 2 gold from a friend.
I mean,
Also,
it's probably
don't
more
forget-
gold than you earned from doing the entire story, by the way. So.
Forget, we also, I think we all remember off stream, there's a £100 bet going on as well that we will not forget, correct?
Yes.
I
Also,
forgot.
Tagus is right. I think you do have to finish the story to get everything done for housing. I think for the
No.
mastery.
It's like part of the way through.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
To unlock everything, though?
You just have to level in the.
I think it's the
master
limit,
system.
isn't it? Or stuff. Okay.
No,
Oh.
you just have
No?
to level it up.
Oh,
You have
okay,
to just
alright.
gain experience to improve the
I
homestead.
that almost was the last episode of the Lightbringers, honestly, because my heart was like, whew, almost done. Lightbringers, check us out on YouTube. You can Google the Lightbringers GW2 podcast. You can also find us on Spotify with the video episodes. If you just want to listen to our wonderful voices, you can do it there. You can also rate the stream. You can review the on iTunes, on Google, on all the things. Give us a 5 stars or 1 star if you really hate it. Really appreciate it. It helps to get the episodes out there. We're live on twitch.tv/JebroUni on a Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific-ish. Sometimes every week, sometimes every other week. And check me out, twitch.tv/JebroUni. I'm going to be streaming during the drops. If you want to buy the expansion, please do so through a creator's link. It is officially with all partners are affiliated with ArenaNet officially, who make Guild Wars 2. So you are supporting the game. There is no... It's not cheating. Just buy it through their link. Like, support them. Give them money. It's easy. Like, you know, it doesn't mean you have to do an extra step or anything. Just do it, please. It's really easy. Go and check out all the stuff in the description. All their streams, their YouTube channels, and wait for that new content from Fornax, which I'm sure is not going to involve animals. Otherwise,
Also, don't listen to Jebro. Don't listen to Jebro. The way that it works on podcasting apps is that if you really hate it, you should give it a 5 to say how much you hated it. Like, that's the amount of
because you
volume.
can only comment if you give it a 5.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
So it's really weird.
see.
Like, whether you loved it or hate it, you're going to have to just give it a 5, and that's just going to explain the volume of your feelings about the thing. So
We've definitely, there's definitely a couple of people who have commented on stuff before. I've had to hide them because they get about as saucy as we get. Like, oh, in a positive way, it's good. It's just, I'm just like, oh, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. It's all good and complimentary, but I've had to hide some very saucy things. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Expansion time. Very, very soon. We're pumped. We're hyped. Get your Cheetos and your Mountain Dew ready. I don't think that Cheetos exist in England. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Goodbye.
There are Cheetos here.
No Cheetos? There's no Cheetos,
There are Cheetos.
in England. There is? Oh,
There is.
of
We're a
course.
civilized
Muggles, some
world. We're an
illegal.
advanced civilization over here. We have Cheetos
And Costco
toilets
now.
and everything. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's true.
are you
Hello,
even
mustache.
British? Has this all been a lie?
It looks like
Not
a
Jeb.
Charlie Chaplin mustache, kind of.
It does look like a Charlie Chaplin mustache.
What does?
That's what I was going for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
Doesn't
no
that
one
mean
can
the
see you
Hitler
anymore.
mustache?
I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching the
No.
podcast. You got some outro banter. Bye-bye,
Grab your
stream.
marks.
Guys,